listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. You stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You can double, you can press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
In the second half to get back in the ball game, but it really came down to the first half and the turnovers and the points off turnovers, just what we talked about before the game. It was just too much to overcome in the end.
Yeah, I agree. Really lax start to the game, and it ignited their team. Now it's an uphill battle against one of the better teams in the Western Conference and the better teams in the NBA, and we can't dig ourselves into that type of hole.
Any update on BI?
No update right now.
And I mean, we talked all year about, wanting to get to the point where at least you could have this group together, and now to see him go down first play of the second half, just what was that like? What type of blow was that for the team?
Extremely tough to see BI go down. Adversity once again. He had a really good game coming back, had a few good practices, and to see a play like that, just tough break for us.
And what did you see just in the first half with the struggles to execute, struggle to get stops, and just falling behind the way y'all did?
Our sense of urgency wasn't there in the first half. Starting with the turnovers, they're one of the better driving teams in the league. They turn you over, and then they drive the basketball. And I think their first 8 points were all drives and layups at the basket. So that started everything for us in terms of on the negative end for us. And then the second half, we decided that we were going to come out and compete. And that's really who we are. And we got to do it for 48 minutes, not one half.
That was kind of leading to my next question. We talked a lot lately about loving to compete and wanting to compete. Obviously, didn't go that way in the first half for you guys. Just kind of what needs to happen that happen for the full 48 minutes for you?
Understanding the responsibility when we take the floor. As a group, collectively, we got to take the floor. And we can't wait for teams or to score on us, for us to get down, to decide that we want to play for 48 minutes. And there's ownership in that. And we got to do a better job to start games.
Is it particularly disheartening the way the start was, considering what you did to win the game on Thursday night, all the things that came after it, just the expectation, hey, we got our group together, to have that kind of start? Was that hard for you to just comprehend, and how did you convey that to your team that they needed to pick it up?
Exactly how I'm conveying it now. Like, that's an unacceptable start. Turning the ball over, allowing teams to drive into our paint, 42 points in the second quarter, way too many, no matter what team comes in our building. And you want to see carryover from the first game to the last game to the next. We saw carryover, but it took us a whole half to get to that point. So now for us, is you guys know what the standard is. You know how to get on the floor. You know how to compete, play together. And we got to sustain it for more than one half.
How do you find ways to get Trey more shots? Because it seems like in the first half he was able to get loose, but in the second half it was a lot harder just to create openings and paths for him to get to.
They're a good defensive team, and they're going to be on Trey. They understand his gravity and what he can do on the floor. So just our movement, getting off the ball, 0.5. Sometimes it's a shot fake drive just being willing to kick it to an extra teammate. But there's going to be times where Trey has to become a screener, be sacrificial, and then he'll get the ball on the flip side, on the backside of doing things like that.
What did you see as far as just some of the turnovers and half-court possessions, where I guess how much of it is guys figuring out how to play together versus just playing with practices?
I mean, it's a little bit of that in there, but some of them were careless turnovers. And, that's an area where, especially against this team, you have to take care of the ball. They're one of the best in the NBA. We talked to our team about it. We showed it. We walked through it. Now it's coming out and executing it. And really, you have to be just as aggressive against this team offensively as you do defensively. You got to be able to drive with force, stop in the paint. They're going to be clawing at you, secure the ball, make a crisp pass, and then the next guy is the same responsibility. All right, thank you.
All right. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican postgame report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate you guys for being in the stream. Much love. Man, the Pelicans knocked off by the Thunder today, 119-109. They were running away with this game pretty much in the first half, and the Pelicans did make an attempt to get back into the game, but ultimately it came down to not being able to finish the plays, breakdowns, turnovers, just more of the same from the Pelicans, man. No chance against a disciplined team with an identity. And DC, it took like half the game before the physicality of the Pelicans showed. I mean, literally, the Thunder had to literally bully them into being physical. That's what it looked like to me in the second half.
Well,
And
to me, that Herb Jones play, which I mean, it was, it's kind of crazy. Willie went off right there. I thought he should have went off on the BI play, but when Herb got fouled.
That's right.
The way he got fouled, Willie lost it. Flex was here. She would say Willie started fake getting mad again. But nonetheless, it actually seemed to work tonight. Him getting fired up, everybody had a different intensity after that. DeJounte turned it up, and he looked like the guy we was trading for. I was very encouraged by his performance and what I saw out of him in that third quarter. And the whole team, man. I mean, they were down by 30. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Willie Green is not a good coach. We got all that. But I do have to look at them and be encouraged, man. I mean, they were down 30, and they had no reason to even try. Normally, they just pack it in. And they cut the lead all the way down to 9. It took for the refs to shaft them on a lot of calls. For OKC to be physical with them. I'm sure they was talking trash to them. OKC probably feel like they know they own us right now. So they dug in their bag, man, and they found some heart and some tenacity and some fight. And that's what you saw after that play right there. To me, that's when everything kind of changed. Everybody was going through the motions before that.
Yeah.
Two people holding DeJounte holding Willie back. Look at this. Look, I don't know. Q might have been real that time. That's that I'm about to get fired anger right there, bro.
I mean, you got to do something, man. I mean, some of these calls were, suspect. They were letting the Thunder get away with it. Like that one right there.
So many bad calls, bro. So many bad calls. Man, I don't know what the SGA got on these refs, bro. But some of them fouls they was giving him, I'm like, God damn, bro. You can't even. You just blow on him, bro, and it's a foul. I'm like, man, it's crazy.
It's
and
the hard
pushing dudes and he grabbing them before the actual, and they don't call nothing. It's crazy, but they I guess they earned it, even though they're a young team, right? Everybody say you got to earn it. They've had 2 seasons of being very successful. So
yes, SGA has that Harden thing going on for him, where he be able to get those fouls, man. He gets those fouls, man. He gets them. He gets their respect in that regard, man, and he sure makes them work, man. But let's kind of dip into these stats, DC, and we'll pop it back to we get another guy on the post game, man, to run through some of this stuff here, man. Just to be honest with you.
Can you please hurry up and run through these stats?
Well, I will. You want to read them, DC? I'll be happy to let you read them, brother. You can go ahead on and read them. You can.
I got my dog tents on
You
tonight.
can read fast, bro. You know, I think you can read fast.
I can't see.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to have glaucoma.
Okay. You so used to, so you got the marijuana thing out the way, so you can clear that up, huh? Yeah, you walked your goof ass into that one. Huh?
I no longer partake. How about that?
Oh, it worked then. Okay, it worked then.
Yeah, it worked.
All right, 38.
Now it's just the shade. I got the shades on, man. I can't see.
Okay, well, I kind of figured that's what's going on on that island.
Glare. They got a lot of glare in here, man. Glare.
Oh, yeah, okay. 38.
The Pels will do that to you, bro.
Yeah, they will. 38-79, 48.1% for the field goal shooting tonight by the Pelicans. 11 of 37 for downtown. They almost got their 43-point shots by the Pelicans tonight. Almost 30% from downtown. 45 of 85 by OKC for 53%. 12 of 32 from downtown for 37.5. They were 17 of 21 from the foul line for 81%. Pelicans went to the foul line 27 times, 22 of 27 for 81.5. The OKC out rebounded them 45-35. They out assisted them 27-24. Pelicans led the way on steals 15-13, 6-3 on blocks, turnovers 18-20. And we're gonna bounce to DeJounte Murray. Here we go.
Yeah, something interesting.
I just think we didn't come out competing at a high level, you know, starting down, you know, from myself all the way down. And we just wasn't ready to play in the beginning. We put ourselves in a hole, as you can see.
What do you think kind of changed in the second half that allowed y'all to cut it down to single digits?
I mean, individual accountability. You know, at halftime, we all knew we all could have been better as individuals, just, you know, ready to play, be more physical. And that was that. You know, we came out and you know, it was a physical and executing and just playing hard. And it allowed us to fight and get back in the game.
When you waited so long to finally get a lot of you guys back in the lineup, how tough was it to see BI go down in the third quarter?
I mean, it's tough because I know him, you know, personally, how much he loved the game, how hard he worked. You know, just his smile every day brings joy, lightens up any room he goes in. So, you know, like I continue to tell him, like he told me, you know, we're going to be all right. We in it together. Keep your head and whatever you got to do, handle your business. So, you know, it's tough, but I know he's a fighter. He's a hard worker and most importantly, a great person. So, you know, he'll do what he got to do.
It's been a few games over the last couple of weeks where there's been these slow starts and these struggles to get out the gate early. Kind of what needs to happen from a preparation standpoint to kind of make sure that you can kind of string a full 48 minutes together?
I think the preparation is there. I think, you know, the coaches, you know, come with great game plans and allow us to use our voice to speak up if, you know, we see something we don't like, knowing we're on the floor. And, you know, that's that. I think it just comes down to, you know, ready to play, competing at a high level at all times. You know, we can't get down on ourselves, you know, if we're missing shots, you know, turning the ball over, you know, just things like that. Just got to be ready to play, you know, starting with myself. I'm always say I could be better no matter what. And I know we got a group of guys that feel the same way about themselves.
I don't want to belabor it, but how does that happen? You know, you're coming off an emotional win on Thursday. You have a day off to regroup and everything. How do you come out in especially the first 6 minutes of the game where the energy seemed low, the play was disjointed? How does that happen?
I mean, it's on us as the players. As an individual, you got to be ready to play. And, you know, it's a team sport, obviously. But, you know, like I said, I'm always say as an individual, you take your accountability. And, you know, start with myself and everybody else. We just wasn't ready to play. There's no trick answer to it. You know, it is what it is. You guys seen the game, you know, the fans seen the game, and, you know, we just got to be better. And it comes down to us as individuals want to be better and allowing us to bring it together as a team.
The biggest thing you're thinking about now, DeJounte, is it just the first few minutes of the next game starting tomorrow?
I mean, yeah, just be ready to play. You know, it's our job. It sucks that, you know, we got to continue to, you know, preach these things, you know, ready to play or not ready to play. You know, we get paid, you know, a lot of money to do what we love to do, you know. So at the end of the day, it's our job. We got to be ready to go, starting myself all the way down. We just got to be ready to go, ready to compete.
Did you have a chance to talk to BI at all in the locker room after the injury? Like,
yeah.
How's how he's doing?
Great spirits. Like I said, he's a fighter. He's always smiling, always, high energy. He'll be all right. He's a fighter. It ain't nothing. He'll be great.
What were you seeing on some of the turnovers on half-court possessions where, it's like some of the DHOs were kind of off, or some of the short passes guys were a little off? What were you seeing on those plays?
Just knowing they're a well-coached team. They got talent. All the way they know how to draft. They know what they want to build. And they're physical. I think starting with Lou Dort, it allows them guys to, have identity and just got everybody along with them. So, that's really what it is. Like I said, we prepped right. We was ready to go, but when the game started, we wasn't ready to go. So, it's just us, coming together, be ready to play. That's it. Yeah.
All right, that's Mr. Murray. DC, DeJounte Murray said we wasn't ready to play.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't
Why?
know. He said the game plan was awesome. They found a way to fight, and he's proud. So it sounded like Willie Green went over to DeJounte's house and actually gave him the Devontae Graham treatment, and they just sat down and hashed some stuff out. Now I don't know why weren't they ready to play? I don't know. He didn't really clarify that. He just said they weren't.
Yeah.
He was off what we had Wednesday.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Thursday and Friday off.
You had plenty of time. You knew you had a
too much time, maybe. Maybe that was a problem.
How? A couple of days? Oh, a couple of days throws you off that bad? We weren't ready to play. Then he says toward the back end of his interview that they wasn't ready to play in the first half.
Yeah, they was ready to play in the second half though.
Yeah, too bad you got to play the entire game. That's the key to it, especially when you're going up against an OKC team that does a lot of stuff, man. And we knew everything we said, they knew it. If they go through the scouting reports, everything that's there says this is what they do. They turn you over. They make buckets off of your mistake, force you into errors, then capitalize off your errors. Literally, they attack you offensively. They hit 3-pointers. They're rough physically, and the Pelicans just, man, it takes discipline and physicality and intelligence too. Let's not forget IQ, because OKC is a very smart team. And like I said, the guy that took him over, that guy comes right out of the G League, man. He was a G League
got
head
smart
coach.
basketball people everywhere, Q.
I know.
Sometimes they just need an opportunity.
I know. We need to get one. We need to get a few of them. But
we good enough to put together 2 good quarters of play. Willie Green said
that's
we had
not
2
good
good
enough.
quarters.
That's not no win in my book, bro.
But if we had 2 more quarters, Q, guess what we would have had?
A loss.
A green dollar.
He broke that bullshit, man.
Yeah, we probably scored a loss though. So you're right too. But
you bring that bullshit back, huh? Okay, you got a green dollar.
Yeah,
what that is. Okay,
look,
good.
It was so many things, man. You saw in that first half. They kept turning the ball over, bro. On top of it was a layup line in the first half, man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. SGA probably had, man, I stopped counting at like 6. He had like 6 free layups, bro.
Bro, the first,
I'm like, man, this dude averaged 30. You can't, somebody who averaged 30, man, you can't give him layups now. What you want him to get 50 on you?
That
then after the effort they put together against Book, I didn't expect them to shut SGA down, but I didn't think I was gonna see them in the first quarter. That man had like 4 or 5 layups in the first quarter. I'm like, bro, them dribble handoffs they got, People was blowing that shit up, just blowing through them dribble handoffs, bro. Like I was sick of seeing them at a certain point. Just lackadaisical passing. We had so many turnovers that were just avoidable.
Yeah,
Avoidable.
yeah.
Easy plays, man. And they just, it's like, how the fuck are they turning this over? It made me think, I'm like, okay, are they back on mutiny against Willie again? What is what's going on? It just looked like they wasn't even trying, bro. And then you come out in the second half, and it's almost like a totally different team, man. They are so wildly inconsistent, bro. It's crazy.
They didn't have nothing else to lose. They had to show out in the second half of the game. They had nothing else to lose. OKC embarrassed them. A lot of people left the stadium at halftime. You came back, a lot of seats were empty.
Down about 30, man, before halftime, bro.
They left at the middle. And see, that's the thing, man. Pelicans stink at home. They're 4-8 at home. It ain't like nothing else. I mean, I guess it is what it is. They got 5 wins total and 4 of them at home. So I guess that's as good as you get if you got 5 wins, right? But you see the turnovers. The Pelicans had only 18 turnovers, but the issue was there were 32 points.
They had about 7 of them probably in that first quarter. But 5 to 7 of them turnovers in the first quarter.
They lose the discrepancy between the points off of turnovers. 18 turnovers, 32 points given up by the Pelicans. 20 turnovers, 23 points given up by OKC. That's 9 points differential, 32 to 23.
Don't forget the points in the paint. Now the points in the paint is what, 60 right now?
60 to 46.
60. They had 40 points in the paint in the first half, bro.
Yeah.
40.
That's stupid.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like you can't expect to win no game like that. It's amazing that they cut this game down to 10 points. It is really a miracle based on what I saw and I was watching. Like that was crazy. But it took a perfect effort in that fourth quarter for them to actually, make it a game and to fully come back. But
well, the DeJounte Murray.
It's bad basketball play, man. Low IQ shit, It's just lackadaisical effort,
But I'm saying though, DC, if you got to slow down Shea, you got to slow him down. Everything goes through him.
Even if you don't slow him down, bro, like the dude
averaged
30. He averaged 30.
But you can't let him.
If he's gonna get 30, you got to make it difficult.
Man,
maybe we can't.
Yeah, like 12.
Down, but make it hard.
I mean, listen, man. I told you this. The defense, that Swiss cheese defense. They got a Swiss cheese defense, man. These guys, they don't play. You can't tell me that guy designed that defense where people cut to the hoop that easy. And then they let him get 8 to 10 points before they start trying to double down. He actually really double or start putting 2 people toward him into the second half. What part of the game is that? I don't. That's what I'm saying about Willie Green. His Shea
a hard one to fully double team.
Yeah, but dude, you gotta throw 2 people. You gotta get the damn ball out of his hands. You can't let him walk up and have 8 to 10 points in the first quarter.
You can't fully commit to a double on. He'll kill you with them passes too.
Man, listen, you got to get the ball out of his hands. You can't let that dude layup line you, bro. And that's what the Pelicans do. It don't matter if it's Shea or anybody, any one of the top people.
In a lot of ways, he kind of reminds me of like, without the perimeter shooting so much, but like a more athletic Luka. Just watching his game, man.
He's a unique player.
Game's kind of similar, man. They're very, very crafty.
I don't know.
He's
more
athleticism, but he doesn't really rely on his athleticism at all.
No, he's you said it. I would say he's. I ain't gonna see more of a scorer than him, but it's a certain physical roughness that he's. I mean, he gets where he wants when he wants.
He's a better defender, way better defender than Luka.
I don't know. He's better, a lot better than people give him credit for him. I mean, he passes.
Manipulating the refs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had 10. He had 12 attempts tonight. I think
he always get to that line.
He was 10 or 12 from the foul line tonight. So he averaged 10 points on the line tonight. So it's just a part of the game where that, it boils down to like when you play in an OKC team, like one of the tough teams, in the NBA. These guys have an identity. They're incredibly intelligent to their identity. And even Antonio Davis was pointing out how defensively astute they are when somebody got the ball. Everybody's watching, everybody's communicating. It's a constant shell game of miscommunication between Pelicans defenders, and I'm sick of watching it. I'm sick of looking at guys not knowing what they're supposed to do, guys overcommitting, guys. It's just incredibly stupid, man. And I don't get it. I thought, and it's just, and some of this shit don't work. They need to stop doing it. Do something else. And the guy has no go-to move. He has nothing else that he can shift to. It's just, I'm just tired of watching bad defense.
We got to keep weathering the storm. You see.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna say. He's gonna weather his ass right up out of here, man.
The cavalry is coming back.
What cavalry? You just lost BI, and that's gonna be for
Zion
a while.
that's getting reevaluated in 2 weeks.
You won't see him. If you see him, that'll
Jordan
be sometime in
Hawkins will
January.
be back in a week. Things are looking up. We're right on the cusp of turning it around.
That's what I was telling people about during the Sports Coma shows about waiting for players to come back off the injury and letting coaches sell you on players coming back.
That ain't never worked for no team ever.
We waiting for guys to get back to compete.
It was always
listen to that.
The team would get things going, or they would turn it around, and you'd be like, "Damn, they doing all this, and such still hurt." That's when it worked. There's never like this team that's losing, and it's like, "Oh, when such and such get back, we gonna turn." No, once that person come back, the stench of losing is already on y'all. Like that one person can't turn everything around and change the mentality of everybody.
Right. And this they're in quite a hole. 5-19 right now. They're in a hole. I mean, one player, one player can't help them with that.
Away from doing draft shows, bro.
Yeah, this is pretty bad, man. I mean, 5-19, and the way they keep losing at home, it's just not. It's not hitting, man. He wants to give him credit for effort, but man, listen, I'm not giving you no credit for half-ass effort. It's like that's the first thing you heard some of these people was saying that work for the Pelicans. Hey, that second half, they really turned on the effort. I'm like, get your ass out of here with that.
I feel you, brother, but that second half was kind of impressive.
Man, that missed me with that. I don't care about that.
I started walking around the house and doing other stuff, bro.
Right, man. I don't care about that. I mean, half-ass. Man, I'm not giving nobody. I am not giving nobody no props for half-ass effort.
Yeah.
Hell, you get even DeJounte said that. DeJounte said we getting paid a lot of money. I mean, I'm not giving you no credit for no half-ass effort. This not like this was a back-to-back. These people had time to prepare, and this is what you can do. Get blown out in the first half of the game and then fight back to lose by 10 and then feel good about it. Man, that's a loser's mentality. That's a loser's mentality. You should have never been in that place.
Something for the next.
Well, I'll tell you what you build on. Build on higher IQ. Build on incredible high IQ adjustments. Build on doing shit right. That's what you build on. Don't build on this half-ass effort nonsense that this guy come out and talk about adversity. Yeah, you're gonna have adversity, but I still expect you to win, even though you have adversity. You still are supposed to win. You still have to dig deep, and that's when you're tested as a coach, where you're supposed to be able to step up and handle your business. You're still getting paid. These guys are still getting paid. You still have to perform and give a smart effort and win some games. Losing and getting beat badly like that, where the people leave the arena at halftime, and then the game before Thanksgiving when they got handled and it was over 17,000 people on there, and they have that type of effort and get embarrassed like that. And then BI, the really sad part about this, DC, as we finish up on the stats, is that Brandon Ingram had a really nasty ankle issue that more than likely is going to keep him out for at least, we'll see what they say, but he couldn't even put any pressure on that ankle. And that is not good. That is not good at all. So you're going to be without him. You're going to be without Zion Williamson. And this is what happened. That's why I can't hang my hat on we're going to get some of these guys back, all that. You never know what the F's going to happen with some of these guys. And you can't rely on injured players coming back anyway, bro, because they might get hurt again.
Exactly.
So it's this whole thing about David Griffin at the at the Herb Jones jersey ceremony that happened a few days ago, talking about our team is ravaged by injuries. Man, shut the you know what up about that BS, man. You still have to win games. We're not giving you any room. We're not giving you any room. We gave you room over the last 4 or 5 years, and this is a mess. All this is a stinking, trifling mess. The Pelicans are a complete, unmitigated joke. Got a coach who's supposed to be a defensive coach, and the guy can't even coach defense to his starters. And that's what I was saying. Them guys had 4 of their 5 starters in the game tonight, and they were getting blown out in the first half of the game. Blown the hell out. And they had 4 of their 5 starters there. So, I mean, that's what I was saying about, well, you just got back. Man, these people are a joke. This is a joke. They are 5-19. So, I mean, and like we said, December is going to be, and I like DC don't like to hear it all the time because I keep saying it just like he keeps saying that stupid $green joke. Is
That's
that
my second time saying $green, dog.
you said that shit like 3 times, bro.
I said it twice. That's my
Michael
second
says,
time.
what will it take for Willie to be fired? Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Fuck too kind.
DC.
Appreciate the 199, Michael. At this point, I think somebody got to score like 70, 80, or 100 points on us. You know, like a player just got to come in here and break a record or some shit. Because after the Knicks game, I mean, I'm just in utter amazement he still has a job. Obviously, as Big Q pointed out, and all the talking heads are going to talk about, oh, the guys showed up and they fought, you know, tonight. So this ain't going to be a game. They just going to keep going with it until it's, you know, you just can't go with it no more. Like once they're out of contention, it's like, okay, well, to keep everybody watching and keeping people coming to the games, even though we're going to be a draft team, they just going to go ahead and let Borrego take over and see what he got. So maybe they give him till Zion come back and, you know, when we finally out of playoff contention, then they fire him. I don't know, man. If, you know, I'm running an organization and I actually want to do something during the season, like if you just want to start a winning culture, like, I mean, we still can go to draft now, but you want to start a winning culture, you got to get that out of here, man. We got to get all those old ideologies, old ways of losing. We got to get that out of here. Even though we were a 49-win team, man, we found a way to lose 24 games when we went into the fourth quarter without a lead. We never won a game in the fourth quarter when we didn't go into it leading. And then I think we even lost it games leading. It was like when we weren't leading by more than 8 points or something crazy like that. So it's just clear to me what it is. I think it's clear to anybody who actually watches the team what it is. Like, Willie's a great person. We like him as a person, but he's just not fit to be the coach of this team. I don't know if he works somewhere else. Like, everybody has their ideas of where it could work, you know, like church league. Some people say college. Some people say park ball. You know, maybe your recreational park. He would be a great coach and could win the championship there. But he'd be a good high school coach. You know, he can do that too. It just ain't gonna happen here. And I don't think they lost this game tonight due to Willie alone. Like a lot of this, you got to put on the players. B.I. getting hurt. First off, shout out to that brother. Wish him a speedy recovery. And I kind of feel for him, though, Q, because even though he plays for us and he may be going, this is the worst possible outcome for somebody in a contract year when what you're going to make is all up and down, man. This is the worst thing that could have happened for him, especially if he misses a really, you know, long amount of time, like out for the season, which is very possible. If he broke his ankle or something, you're looking at 3 or 4 months or something for something like that recover. So shout out to him, man. But even before he got hurt, he's playing against Lou Dort. B.I. took 5 shots, man. We down by 30. Why do you only have 5 shots, man? Like, come on, we need you. You know, we down by 30. Fuck the game plan. Like, try something.
Yeah, I mean, they got that's the whole point about OKC. They physical. They strong, they physical, and they handsy. And they know how the spots they know where he wants to get to on that floor to pull up and take those shots. And they're there on them.
Also, I think I noticed something too. did you see when he took that shot, which is still insane to me that they called an offensive foul on him when he got hurt.
Yeah, that
But
was a dirty dog. Did
that
that?
is crazy.
Yeah, that was some BS.
Lou Dort, he's shooting, and Lou Dort goes under him.
That's supposed.
And when you think about it, you go look back. I'm like, wait a minute. They had another play where he took a three-pointer, and Dort did the same shit.
He gets right up on them. That's supposed to be something that I've been noticing they have not been officiating that like they did in the past. Like they're allowing the players.
That rule, they got that shit nipped in the bud quick. Now they're
allowing the players to get close right up under them. They get right up under their airspace and put a single hand up. They run right up under where their landing space is supposed to be, and they're not officiating this correctly. And if I was, Willie Green's not going to do it because he's a puss. But at the end of the day,
he did it for Herb Jones.
Well, that was just one time, and you won't see that shit for the next. Man, he should have did that for Brandon Ingram too.
That was a very dirty move.
I would have been throwing chairs. I would have been in there cussing, pointing because my guy, you called this, this guy landed. I would have been on it. I would have been throwing chairs. You'd have had to throw me and eject me out of the game. I would have made a big fuss about it because you have to bring attention to it. The dude is too quiet. He's too quiet. You can't have these explosions of, oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. And then they are far and few in between. They don't have the same impact.
So this face ain't Willie Green talking?
I mean, no, the thing is,
somebody have a weird foul. That's all I see him do.
Well, listen, bro. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, man, if that was a dirty call there and the referee's supposed to handle his business and he didn't do it, I would have got thrown out the game. I would have called that referee everything but a child of God. I'm sorry. You got to kick me on up out of there. I would have to bring light to this because they have not been calling this correctly. They're allowing these players. They have totally not officiated this like they did 2 years ago when they allowing these guys to creep right up under they landing space. That's what I'm saying.
Let that shit happen to Steph.
Man,
you can't do it to SGA. You can't do it to
you can't do it because the coach, they're not playing that. These guys, this guy's a wuss. You can't sit up here and let people hurt your players and then sit up there with your arms folded and quiet as a church mice. And then every 4, 5, 8 games or so you come out and then you want to be mad about something. One call. And then you quiet for the rest of the 5 or 6 or 7 games. Man, that's enough of that, man. You don't get no respect for that. You don't get no respect for that. You don't get no brownie points for that.
Goddamn Big Q take no money out of my pocket.
Man, shit. He about to get fired. He about to lose it all because he too quiet and
I ain't getting ejected. I need that money.
Well, he gonna get his ass up.
Guarantee contract.
Get your ass up out of here, man. We don't need no coach that don't know.
It was the same thing with Zion, same thing with BI. The one player on this team I don't think we needed was DeJounte. DeJounte looked like he gonna get up and go check the damn ref himself. Something happened to him. But
Green?
No, I said DeJounte.
Oh, DeJounte, okay.
Yeah, DeJounte ain't having that shit. But it's the same time and time again, man. It's been going on for years. That's also one of the reasons we're one of the most injured teams because we have these ridiculous fouls. We get officiated like no other team, even though we didn't lose this game because of fouls. But they just always seem to happen on a nightly basis, man. We get all of these bullshit calls, and especially ones like that. And you always got something where the ball is going out of bounds. It goes out of bounds off the other player, and they giving them the ball and shit. It's like if it can go the other way, if it's remotely close to going the other way, they always going to let it go the other way against the Pels, man. And some of the fouls, I don't know what's the ideology behind it because it ain't even close. Like you seen last game, Messi was going up for a dunk, and they grabbed both of his goddamn wrists, and they ain't called shit.
He ain't lose it then.
It's like, man,
he did not lose it then. He kept his arms folded the same way. And this is the thing, man. And it's the problem. This is the overall problem. This ain't nothing new, to be quite honest with you, DC. This is something been happening for the last several years. This is something that the Pelicans don't get any respect from the officials. The Pelicans don't get any respect from anybody in the NBA. They don't get any respect. They're constantly disrespected by other teams that are contenders. Nobody respects the Pelicans organization. For what? What have you done to deserve it? What the hell have you done to deserve respect from the officials? What have you done? You're a low IQ basketball team that's terribly undisciplined, don't know how to play defense and communicate thoroughly and consistently enough. Half-ass efforts here, half-ass efforts there. A coach that has lost the team. His message is stale. He says the same thing repetitively. He doesn't have any answers. And when people are pressing him to explain to them why and how the Pelicans are losing games, he just starts getting into religious and fluffy rhetoric about being adversity in life. I don't need you to explain to me adversity into life. I know all about adversity in life. What I need you to do as a basketball coach is to explain how you, as a head coach, are not having these guys ready game to game.
I don't know. That's really the
Then he needs to go.
He don't know.
He need to go.
So he can't tell you. He can't tell you. You don't know.
He can. Like, I don't. Hey man, when you get to the point where you don't know, then we understand that. And we know right now.
He don't have that type of pedigree to say that. I'm gonna be. Stan Van Gundy would say some shit like that. You realize that Stan Van Gundy would have got up and like, I don't know. I thought we had a good game plan.
He would say that. He would say that.
You guys give me some answers?
I mean, DC, listen, man, this is old shit. This is old shit. Now, this is old shit. And this is a mess. This is a mess. You got Zion Williamson dealing with this. You don't know, you're supposed to get back. We said in January. You said before the All-Star break. You said before the All-Star break, right?
February.
Yep, in February.
Whatever the
you got Brandon.
Timeline is for injury, I'm gonna add at least 15 to 30 days to it.
And DC, this whole thing with Brandon Ingram with this horrible ankle issue that he can't even put any pressure on that ankle. He tried. You seen him, and they have pictures of him. You're right.
It was carrying him. Man.
They were carrying him in the tunnel. That's not good at all, and that's going to be a hit. So you're down your top two guys again.
But like I told you in the pregame show, bro, this is still a slight blessing in disguise. Will B.I. getting hurt?
Well, go ahead and share what you told me.
Opportunity to see Trey Murphy as a full-time starter with a competent starting five, bro. We get to see what life with B.I. would look like, even though Zion not back yet, and hopefully we get to see it. With Zion, you get to see the potential or possibility what life could look like without B.I. Because I think what Trey does, the way that he can shoot, and if you really, pay attention, I know the numbers may not back it up fully. I think Trey is just a better defender than B.I., man. A lot more steals and stuff happen when he's out there versus B.I. Not that B.I. is horrible. I just think Trey is better. As far as a defender. Not a better rebounder, though. He need to work on that damn rebounder, man. He too tall not be getting no goddamn rebounds. But you get to see what that look like, man. A DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones backcourt with Trey. They're going to have CJ out there. But when Zion come back, I'm pretty sure they're going to put Trey on the bench, which to me is still stupid. But at least right now, we get to see him as a starter. Hopefully he can get his footing going, put together some 25, 30-point games and really see where his trajectory could go. They paid him big money. You got to start, I think, doing things to put him in better position. If I'm not mistaken, Trey had, 16 points tonight? And I think most of them might have came early. He had 16 points on 9 shots. B.I. got hurt. Why the hell does Trey only have 9 shots? But CJ 5 for 19.
Well, CJ gonna get his shots.
Well,
that's the bottom line.
That's true, but Trey,
but also too deep. But that ain't all on him too. OKC had something to do with that too. Now they knew what time it was.
They were trying to stop him, but you have to design things to be able to get Trey his shots, man. He's not great at creating his own shot, but if you can create, some plays to spot him up as a 3-point shooter, I think you'll be surprised what you can get. He was 3 for 6 from 3-point line tonight. You got to help create opportunities for that guy. But, you don't have that type of creativity. I think DeJounte and CJ, can do some drive and kick stuff with him, but Trey is to me is the quintessential type of player you want playing with Zion. So if you moving on from BI, you almost have to slide him in at that 3 spot, and it would be beneficial and intelligent to start trying to create plays or sets that benefit him to help score. Like you got stuff that everybody else likes. We even make Messi more comfortable than Trey to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of on the point guards, a drive and kick, pick and roll. But they're trying to find him and get him the ball. Like, man, they had points in the game where I'm like, I understand, like you feel like this is good looks, but we was really going to Messi at stretches, Q, trying to get points when we're in dry spells. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that before they drop a play for Trey.
For
bro.
Trey.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, but DC also,
He's starting,
man.
They're gonna have to at least do it
You-
sometimes if he's starting.
Yeah,
They have
but
to
don't
consider it.
you can't forget that one of your 30 plus million a year players only had 11 points tonight too. And that's CJ McCollum. He finished with 11 points in 38 minutes, man.
Horrible
So
shooting, but he did play good in other areas. I can't fully.
I mean, he had 8 assists and
He
5
was playing
rebounds. He was
defense.
plus
He was playing
17, but we needed his scoring tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we had Brandon Ingram for the 19 minutes we had him in here, BI only had 5 points, during that time frame. So somebody have to pick up the scoring pace. Somebody had to, and McCollum he played 38 minutes. The dude had 19 field goal attempts. He was 5 of 19 and 0 for 9 from downtown. 0 for 9.
My man Calvin Ellis got this to say. Just wanted to point it out. He said, I never understand when you have to get $100 million player open. That's just crazy to me. Well, I would like to introduce you to Klay Thompson too, bro. Like, they actually draw up plays for him to shoot all those damn 3-point shots he would shoot. He wasn't, crossing people up off the dribble and pulling up like that. It's an offense. He's a guy that fits in a certain type of offense, and they need to run certain type of sets that fit that. He's not a guy that's gonna break you down off the dribble. Everybody ain't that, man. Even Hawk is kind of a guy like Trey too, except Hawk can shoot off the move. That's what makes it like really different. So it's a little easier to draw up stuff for him. But you paid him $100 million, man. You got to put him in the best position to succeed. And I think anybody you pay, Calvin, you have to put them in the best position to succeed. But most guys, they make $100 million. And putting them in the best position might look, I guess, different than what I'm saying they need to do with Trey.
With Trey,
yeah. Some guys need the ball in their hand. They can't play off ball. But we ain't gonna say nothing about that. So the team paying them $100 million, they're gonna put the ball in their hand.
Well, that's up to your coach to figure out.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
And he had to understand his personnel. That's something with Antonio Daniels talk about that all the time. Know your personnel, know your people, know their tendencies, know what they do best, and roll out an offense or a strategy to get them involved, to get them dubs. So I mean, it's just this, and to me, this was a horrible matchup. Even though they fought back, it's still a half-ass game, man. Not giving no credit for no half-ass game. So they're 5-19 DC. Next up,
getting our ass kicked when we came back and make it respectful. Ain't you happy?
No, I'm only happy for wins because we weren't even supposed to be in that position to get.
Look on the bright side.
I hear you, brother. I'll tell you one thing, that there's this team is 5-19, brother. They're 5-19. That's nothing to be.
Not out of it yet.
Now there's a lot of season left, but I mean, if you're the problem with them is outside of Willie Green's strategy is that they're a low IQ basketball team for the summation of the game. I mean, we ain't talking about effort. There's a difference in bad effort and good effort. We're not sitting in broad stroke effort, like all effort is good. No, it's not. Dumb effort is what I see a lot of, especially on defense from the Pelicans. I see a lot of bad effort out there. Stupid ass effort. Anyway, we got the Spurs up next, DC. This is tomorrow. This is a game. Monday, excuse me. This is a Monday game, 6 p.m. tip-off time. We head to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. The Spurs on a 3-game slide right now. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They're 11-12. They are 8-6 in their own building. Pelicans are 1 of 11 on the road, and BI obviously is going to be out. Zion's going to be out. This is the first time we take on the Spurs this season. And what happens in this game, DC? What do you think? Or is it tomorrow? They're saying tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry, tomorrow. Yeah, yes, I'm sorry. It is tomorrow.
Guys,
Yeah,
they're gonna go out and compete. You know, we played our hearts out. We got to be able to string together more than 2 quarters of basketball.
What is this you're saying here? What is this you're saying?
It's the post game for our loss with the next game. Just go, you know, we might as well we could start. You give a little preview of the show tomorrow. You know, tell you, you know, kind of spotlight as Willie Green and do the post game speech. You know, DeJounte gonna have a good game. Watch, I bet you that he's going back to San Antonio. I'm sure he's gonna put up some buckets. You know, make them feel bad for what they don't have. But I think it ends in a win. I mean a loss. But what the matchup indicator say? Let me see. 66%. Whoa, man, we moving up. Everything used to be 74, bro. We can get a little better. But I don't see how they beat San Antonio. We can't beat any team that plays as a team. These people are what, 11 and 12? You know, they actually still, even though they're 11 and 12, they got a plan. They got an identity for how they want to play. San Antonio probably has a plan and a purpose for what they're doing, not really looking to fully compete. They're waiting till next year. Okay, we're going to get CP in here to train up Stephon Castle. And they know what they're doing.
They play the long game.
Right. They setting stuff up and they setting all the bricks in place for what they're trying to do. And we just out there, we going to figure it out. You don't beat teams like that, bro. Even though we might, some people might say that's debatable now because, you know, our record, but I feel like we have more talent than San Antonio. Not a better player. You know, they got the best player in Wembanyama, but from top to bottom on their roster, I think overall we probably have more talent. But talent without a plan, without a strategy, without a direction, without an identity, what would that mean? Nothing. So, you know, you got a team in San Antonio, bro. Everybody has a purpose. People know their roles. You got a smart point guard and CP3. Stephon Castle is also pretty good. You got a superstar in Wembanyama. You know, Pop, I think, is still sick. I don't even know who the coach is who stepped in for him. But I'm pretty sure if he can just look at what Pop has set up already, he can be more than good enough to beat what we got. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know who we are. From one quarter to the next, we look like a different team, and we still trying to find ourselves. Willie Green said we were finding our confidence. DeJounte came out, shot that down, so I'm going to just say we're trying to find ourselves. Pelicans are flying around looking for the Pelicans. So how do you win like that, bro? You had BI, which would have been the one cherry on top that just put you over the top with talent, but without BI, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Because you need all these guys to play good for us to win. I mean, they showed you that against the Suns. Everybody has to play good for you. If somebody's having an off night, it's like we can't do it. Say Mitch Johnson is the interim coach replacing Greg Popovich as the Spurs legend recovers from a stroke. Okay, don't know much about Mitch. But just looking at him from the picture, he got a Spurs shirt on, right? He look good enough to beat us. I don't think I need to know no more than that. What you think, you?
I don't know, brother. I mean, this is a game. You're right. They should win, but it's just more of the same, man. It's like that. The defense is. I mean, if you're gonna win games, you got to stop teams. And the Pelicans, their defense sucks. I mean, it's a terrible, dumb defense. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's the same thing every game. It's a half-ass effort. It's a lot of mistakes. It's a lot of miscommunication or just plain no communication. It's just it's the same stuff over and over again with Willie standing on the sideline with his arms folded. And you see him turning his hand like pick up the pace. That he does that every time. Like, dude, you know, it's sad, man. It's sad, and I don't. It usually they have enough players to be able to compete
Yeah,
to
just
win,
Sunday.
but I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I expect them. This will be another loss because this team is. I don't get it, man. And DeJounte Murray comes out and he talks about individual, what do you call it? Individual accountability. I mean,
He's
Willie
right.
Green. Yeah, he does, but
But how
I
do you
mean,
have individual accountability as a player when you've been in an organization where nobody has any accountability?
all
You
that
came
means
here
is
with individual accountability, and you were like Herb. Herb is the type of person that looks like he holds himself accountable on his own. He go watch film on his own stuff. He corrects his own mistakes. We don't have that type of culture. But DeJounte come from San Antonio. He come from that. And I don't know where he went
it's
to
it's
college
not
and
all.
stuff.
It's not all players have the Herb Jones or DeJounte Murray
He's
school
right,
of thought.
but a guy who has no idea how to do that and hasn't been in a foundation to be able to learn how to do that, it's almost impossible for them to just wake up and start doing that shit.
I mean, that's driven by your head coach. The head coach decide what the culture is. That's what he does. He decide what the identity of the team is. And how are they supposed to? The Pelicans don't have an idea. That's the problem. Well, how wishy-washy they are. What's the identity of the New Orleans Pelicans? What's their identity?
To be proud and play with joy.
I mean, y'all answer that question. DC's saying, I'm asking y'all, what is the identity of the Pelicans? Seriously, what is the New Orleans Pelicans identity? Because we know what the OKC Thunder's identity are. We know what a lot of teams' identity is. What is the New Orleans Pelicans identity? Seriously,
to halfway do shit right and do everything else wrong.
Half-ass, low IQ basketball, confused on defense, confused on offense, ball sticks, doesn't circulate ball properly, coach unintelligible at times, just out of sync, message stale, and it is then blames injuries for issues to team when you have players that's good enough to win close games.
You forgot
losing games close.
You forgot when you find something that works, you stop doing it. Like Alfred Payton, you just
low
cut
IQ.
him off
No,
the team.
that's covered in low IQ, DC. That's covered in low IQ. That's low IQ basketball. You go away from things that work. This is also covered. Low IQ basketball, you go away from things that work. You call timeouts late or
How
none
about
at
when you
all.
go on the 9-2 run, like my man said in the chat? We went on a 9-2 run, and not the other coach, but Willie Green called the timeout.
Stupid guy. Stupid low IQ coaching. That's the bottom line. It's what it is. Why would you call a timeout to stop your team in 9-2? Just low IQ basketball from a low IQ coach. This guy is a good coach, but this guy is not progressing in the way we thought he was supposed to. This is the fourth season here. This team is supposed to have an identity. We supposed to be a mean defensive team. If anything else, we supposed to know how to lock you down and stop you from scoring. It's a layup line every night. Tonight it was the same thing with Shai getting to the cup, 8, 9, 10 points in the first half from Shai, just getting to the cup easily. No resistance, no nothing, no game planning to stop him. Just let him get whatever he wants. They blow the lead way up in the air and then they fight back to lose by 10. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They don't adjust well. Like I said, it's a low IQ basketball team that is incredibly inconsistent and wishy-washy. That is your head coach. It's a low IQ coach that's incredibly wishy-washy. He doesn't have the philosophy to sustain what he has in his mind that he wants to do. That's the bottom line. So and the call is Griffin has to see this guy and say what it is, because we've given Willie Green all the chances we can to save the season and compete. You can't allow this to keep happening and blaming injuries over and over again, because we're not going to let you make it. We're not going to let you make. You got enough players to win games. This is an effort issue. This ain't got nothing to do in the totality of injury. A lot of these games, the Pelicans had less than who players that they had right now in DC, and still were competitive enough to win some of these games. It's a dumb, low IQ effort problem the Pelicans have. That's the issue. But we got a super chat here from All World Trucker. He says it's crazy, Q, because the Saints still sort have an identity. They just had to get rid of the possum. Why the Pelicans can't do the same? Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Get fucked too kind.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that, all world trucker. And I think that ties into the other question I had up there that Dame had too, because he was bringing in the other fan base. See if I could find it. But they both touching on similar things, say, hey, Big Q, DC. I know y'all get asked this a lot, but it seems like since Gail's taken over this franchise, they've been on a downward spiral. Is that her being a female to these men? Just don't have respect, just curious. I think both of those are very similar, man. Because I think Gail is partly at play for that, but she has better people in position on the Saints side to set her up for success. As garbage as Mickey Loomis has been lately, in the past, he was at least intelligent enough to stay out of Sean Payton's way, and they got the right people in here to build a winning franchise. And, if you've been a winning franchise, you have to have an identity to be a winning franchise, right? And it's harder to not have an identity after you've had one for so long, right? The Pelicans, they came back and we kickstarted this backup, rebranding and everything. I believe Mr. Benson was still alive, right, Q, when the Pelicans first came about, or like when they were first reiterating them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So he was there for the beginning of it, but he kind of passed away before they can get going. And you got to remember, the Pels did, have some winning seasons, successful seasons, if you want to consider last year one. Also, the one when we went to Blazers and embarrassed them. And to me, it's just Miss Benson does not know basketball, and they didn't have the foundation of people already in place like they did for the Saints. I mean, Big Q talks about it a lot. It's just a lot of the same people jumping across. These people knew how to do some things for the Saints, but they don't have no idea what they're doing for the Pelicans, and it's obvious. So everything is trial and error. They kind of learning on the fly all this shit, and we seeing the results of that shit. Hiring people that don't belong in certain positions, and they make stupid, dumb decisions because of it. Spending bad money in this area, not spending money that would be good money in that area. They just, at every turn, they find a way to make the wrong decisions, because I think partially, like my man was saying, Miss Benson being a woman, but not so much her being a woman, but you could say that because she don't know basketball. She don't come from a sports background. I'm sure she loves to watch some of the games and stuff, but she don't know. And she's really relying on other people based on who she trusts, which are some of the same people from the Saints organization. And they obviously either don't know or don't care. They're just gearing everything towards trying to make money, which is why we get these dumbass injury updates. We get poor intel on people being hurt and when they're going to come back or not. Everything they're thinking about is thinking about the ticket sales and how they can sell more nachos and all this dumbass shit. So they tell you whatever they have to tell you, even if it's a bald-faced lie, just to get you to believe what they want you to believe so they can meet their bottom line. And those are the people that she has in place for the Pelicans. So they're going to keep robbing Peter to pay Paul every year until they finally don't work no more. We've seen this strategy going on, and they're going to keep that shit going on until we've had enough. And it's almost like we have to not support the team to force them to change. It's either that or you just have a special player step in, and you know how that is when you have just certain players, which some people may still believe or thought Zion could be that. He looked to be the part of what you think a superstar would be coming out of college, but his discipline level isn't that of a superstar. But those type of players change a lot because they can come around and they command so much winning on their own. And then they could come in there and see dumb shit that you're doing and like, nah, you need to do this or do that, or I'm out of here, and put pressure on them. We as the supporters haven't been holding them accountable enough. and none of the players are holding them accountable enough. We got some younger guys that, they getting their money and they just going with the flow. You hear Brandon Ingram with Clutch now talking about wanting to be a winner or wanting to be with a winner. I don't know if that's a direct quote from him, but hopefully, I would hope he would want to, whether we re-sign him, trade him, or whatever. I mean, you would think that what every player would want, but sometimes we don't see the results of that here. And I think it just all boils down to the front office doing what the hell they want to do. Everything being geared towards money, not really towards putting a winning product out there. And then the other percentage of it is just them trying shit.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't know what they're doing.
yeah, it's the Gail has what Tom Benson left her. And it's a little different for the Pelicans than it is for the Saints insofar as he being Tom Benson knew football. He knew football. He did not know anything about basketball. The only reason why he got the Pelicans is because his brother, Larry Benson, was trying to buy him, and he jumped in front of his brother to buy the Pelicans in the NBA, and Stern came to him because he owned the Saints. They thought that would be more of a stable marriage between the NBA and the city of New Orleans, as opposed to Larry Benson's group that he had several business people that the NBA didn't want. They want more of a steady owner's face, and they thought that he would be a good match. So he had a fake ass naming ceremony in which they said that the city picked the name of the Pelicans. Oddly enough, he owned the name of the Pelicans minor league baseball team, whom he used to go and watch as a child. He bought that team and all of it, and then coincidentally took the name of the minor league team and gave it to the pro team. That's how he ended up with the Pelicans. They had a whole fake ass naming ceremony, the whole thing. Had a contest, picked the name of the team, and it's just crazy. But at the end of the day, what you got is what he left her, and she hadn't made any improvements to it. This is his idea, and a dead man can't govern a live NBA team. He can't do it. This is her team. So she would have to find out and get the right people in there that can move the team in a direction. She would have to hire a group of people to go out and find the right people for the team, because these guys ain't in it. The president of the Pelicans is a guy that don't know nothing about basketball. I mean, so how is he there? Before, and I understand the thing with Gail. Gail's an ambassador, but the president of the Pelicans don't know nothing about basketball. How is he the president, and why is he the president? And then he over relies on David Griffin. There is no timeline that he gave Griffin, say you got about 5 years to get this team to this or that, or we're going to have to look in a different direction. There is no timeline placed on these people. They can do whatever they want. They can reshift narratives. They can take plans and change in midair. They can lie. They can come up with excuses because there is no accountability on top of the team. It's just that. It's what it is. That's why they're a joke. I know it. The NBA knows it, that the old antiquated model of having one dude making the decisions for your NBA team is long and gone. That's something that shouldn't happen unless that's a proven guy doing that. A guy that has a track record and history of building teams into championship teams. Not a guy that got a ring because LeBron told him what to do and he was LeBron's gopher. That's not how this goes. A guy that's more concerned about building a basketball family, or I call it a basketball cult, than he is about winning championships here. I don't care about basketball family and guys getting along. Unless they get along, they'll build a bond when they win. That's how it goes. When you win games, you do it. What good is having all these guys friendly and they cool with each other and we sit up here a 5-win team? What sense that make? But they all get along though. We all loving and all that. The hell out of here with that bullshit, man. We don't care about that. You will gel as a team when you win. It's just what it comes down to. But yeah, Gail Benson, man, she has no heirs. She is up in age. And at some point, a lot of people think that she should get from up under the team. And they have a point on that. They might have a point on that. Because she's definitely over her head with a lot of stuff, especially with these dudes that she got running these teams. They don't know what they're doing. These guys are unqualified to lead these teams. These guys are out of position. And usually, you know how it goes when you put somebody that's out of position over the top of you, you're going to end up falling on your ass. You're going to get knocked off. You're going to have a tumble in the fall. These guys are not qualified to lead these teams, man. Lauscher don't need to be the president of the Pelicans. I would start with just getting him out of the way and then hiring somebody and then evaluating and getting David Griffin out of here, because when Willie Green gets fired, he'll be hiring his fourth team, his fourth coach in 6 years. So that's my spiel about it, man. That's my thought process on it. And at some point, that has to be considered. Because this is terrible, man. And this is no coincidence that both of these teams stink at the same time. It's no coincidence. The same bullshit organization running both of these teams into the ground because they have no vision. And they got arrogant, narcissistic old dogs on top of the team. I ain't talking about Gail because she's none of that. But these bastards on top of the team that don't know what they're doing and sit up here running these kind games and playing games and lying and being arrogant, these guys got to go, man. They got to go. They don't know what they're doing. So like I said, we've been calling out David Griffin. I've been telling you guys that he's a grifter, that he's a guy that been living off a championship ring that LeBron told him what to do. This guy is not. And the crazy effed up part about it all is that he's the best GMVP you ever had. That's how terrible and stink and stupid the Pelicans organization have been over the years. That's how bad they've been. That guy is actually better than anything you had before. Even better, trash ass Dale Demps, Jeff Bowers, all these clowns that we had before. It's sad, but that's how long this team has been a joke. It's a joke organization because all they do is care about making money. They don't talk about winning no championships. That's why I keep telling people, don't go down to the games. I told them the same shit with the Saints. It's no coincidence that the same stuff is happening with the Saints, happening with the Pelicans, and injuries too. The medical staff is below standard. They didn't get that going until last year when they finally got a physical therapist for the first time ever. And I told them to break their relationship with Oshno. That's a cursed organization. I've been telling them that break your relationship with these Oshno people. These people are cursed, man. And I ain't just talking about injury. You need to research who these people are. Seriously, that guy who started it, you need to find out who he is and what he used to do to his own people. Serious shit. Look into him. But anyway, man, that's all I got to say on it because I go further than that. But listen, I appreciate the super chats, fam. Thank y'all, World Trucker Michael. DC, so we talked about the Spurs thing, man. You want to add to it about the BI thing? I know you want to talk about the Brandon Ingram thing. You want to make mention of that, bro?
Well, I mean, they got a lot going on with BI. News dropped from Jeff Fisher and other people who's been writing articles about it, basically saying Pelicans, are looking to potentially move BI. Like, well, that ain't really no news. But they say we're looking to bolster our front court. So they're looking to, I guess they'll get another center. I don't know who you could deal with other than Chicago, maybe for that, and get Vucevic. I don't know who else. And then, that was said, and as well as Pelicans looking to extend Brandon Ingram at $40 million per season, which also this ain't really the biggest news.
No, it's not. It's not.
You've heard us talk about this during the offseason. This is what they wanted to give him. So that offer obviously is still there, even with Clutch Sports there. I would imagine they're still looking to try to see if they could pull off a trade that would meet his demand of $50 million a year. And Jeff Fisher also pointed out that Brandon Ingram's team or his side has looked to maybe, I guess, compromise a little bit. They're no longer looking for extended years on the deal. So Brandon Ingram is willing to take a short-term deal if he can get that at $50 million a year. So I guess that would look like what 103 for 2 years. So he's hoping that cutting the years down, maybe they can get somebody that'd be willing to bite on that until the market actually resets. Because most teams understand that I think in 2026, if I'm not mistaken, cap, or it might be 2027, the cap makes a tremendous jump, and it'll be more feasible to sign players to some of these deals, but you're still going to have the apron issue. That ain't changing no time soon. So BI is looking for less years on his deal. Pelicans still have the $40 million per season deal out there for him. And the Pels are actually looking to bolster their front court. So we're still looking at, I would guess, centers and possibly a tweener, power forward / center guy like a John Collins or somebody like that. Larry Nance is the type of guy that's always been a staple in the Willie Green system. If we still gonna keep treading along with Willie Green, I'm trying to think who we had before Larry Nance, Q, because it was somebody else that I can't think of right now. But we've always had that guy that was kind of like not quite a center that Willie would always play. Who was it before Larry Nance? Because we definitely had one. I just can't remember who he was. Because Jackson Hayes wasn't in there. Oh, Willie Herman Gomez. But
yeah. Well, yeah.
He still was 6'11", but when you look at his game, he was more like a power forward, really. So you had him in there. But new news, but really no new news. Now BI's hurt, so we have no idea what that looks like, and I think that could make a tremendous impact to his contract situation. Kind of feel for that brother, because whatever he could get, let's say if he misses the whole season, and then they got to judge him off of what happened this year and how many games he's played, this or that, that's even less money. That he almost will have to get a DeMar DeRozan type contract. They're gonna keep comparing those two. And DeMar DeRozan ain't making but $25 million a year. So all that 50, they you ain't even 40. They're cutting that in half. If nobody's willing to pay you close to 40, the Pels probably back down off their 40. Ask DeMarcus Cousins. They were gonna pay him one thing, and then he got hurt, and then it was something else. So man, I just hate to be the franchise that keep having this happen to guys, but hopefully in that type of situation for him, but for us, we got to do what we got to do and make the best decision moving forward. You got a draft coming up, man. I mean, it might not make sense for us to keep BI anyway.
Well,
you do it at a reasonable number. I'm not one of those people that would hate it. I think it would be a good move if you can get him a reasonable contract, but
but he's saying
I don't see how you do that.
You don't fire your agent to take the money that you originally didn't want to take. I mean,
well, he might be firing the agents because he was pissed off on them because they promised him he could get something that he couldn't get, and maybe the Pelicans offer is the best he could get. And the agency was telling them, nah, we can get you this, we can do this, and they really ain't doing anything. The Pelicans, they gave them permission to go find a team that wants to give them $50 million, Q.
I know, I remember.
And they're saying they're not saying like the deal is held up because the Pels are asking for too much. They're saying no teams really want to give him $50 million. The only team that wanted to give him $50 million was Utah, and he don't want to go there. Right? Cleveland. They got reports coming out.
They said
Cleveland nixed the deal with Jared Allen. They said no to that, right? You got Orlando out there. Orlando, Franz Wagner, man, you hate to see that, but he got the same injury as Paolo, so both of them are hurt now. So people say maybe Orlando, hear no real talk from them. You hear teams like the Clippers could possibly want.
Would he want to go to? I mean,
with the Warriors,
he got a list, bro. That's what they need to figure out. He has a list. Because if he wanted his $50 million and Utah was willing to give it to him, then why would you rebuff that? So obviously he has a list. He has a list.
It's either this Q or it's just all fluff. Like this is just a stalemate and a holdout to try to get more money, and BI just was going to resign anyway. They just trying to make it at a reasonable number. Or they going to resign him and still trade him.
But you get hurt right now, bro.
That's the worst time for him to get.
He gets hurt right now. Right now. Trade deadline is early February.
He probably won't be healthy.
He won't be right. He won't be healthy for the trade deadline. At this point, depending on what the injury is, he can't. Well, it's going to be bad. He couldn't put any pressure on it, and they were carrying him in the tunnel. I seen the pictures online. They were carrying him in there, so that is very bad. I doubt he'll be ready to play I doubt he'll be healthy enough during the trade deadline. So this definitely complicates any trade that they're trying to do. It complicates the trade. And then another caveat, a lesser caveat is in terms of Messi. Doesn't Messi's his development and what he's been able to do, doesn't that kind of sway people's opinion on the need at the big position now, at the 5 now, seeing how Yves is progressing? Doesn't that change?
I don't think it does, because the
No.
one problem I have with Messi, it's only one issue that I got with the young man. And I'm not sure how he looks with Zion, Q. We keeping Zion. You need a center. I kept saying this all off season. No matter what you do or what type of center you get, you could be a stud. You could have any type of post center. You still need to have another center that can shoot. You need that for Zion, because you need to put him out there with floor spaces. So no matter what they do, how good Messi is, until he starts shooting 3-pointers, that hasn't changed. They still need another center that can stretch the floor. Now, hopefully, you can do all the other good things well. You can find you a Brook Lopez.
Well, that wouldn't have been Jared Allen. Jared Allen can't shoot. So that wouldn't have been him. The trade the Pelicans was trying to go after.
Jared Allen was Willie Green's wet dream, though. We know that.
You sure it was him and not
They've been trying to get Jared Allen for 3 years.
Octopus? You sure that ain't the Octopus doing that?
I think maybe it's a combination of both of them. But
I think it's a combination.
They've been trying to get Jared Allen. Bro, they've been trying to trade for this man for 3 years, Q.
I get you. I agree.
Years. So they really, really want him here, and they see him as something. And obviously, this was before we saw what Messi could be as well. So I can't be mad at him for wanting him before then. But if we could have got Jared Allen and still had Larry Nance, that wouldn't have been a bad, front court. So,
not at all. Not at all.
But you need a 3-point shooting center. That's why I'm the best you could have hoped for. I was looking at, and everybody laughed at me. Vucevic dropped 39 the other day. It looked so bad, huh? The best you could have probably hoped for is getting a Vucevic at $20 million a year. Somebody that you probably could have re-signed at close to that same price or cheaper. And you have your shooting center, and you mix him with Messi. Huh?
This a mess, man. He's not going to be.
You could have hoped for Miles. The Miles Turner days is over.
Yeah, but I
don't see them doing that.
I'm saying it's a mess insofar as
now we can't do none of that.
Right, that's over with. Brandon Ingram, he's not going to be ready to be traded for the trade deadline. He's not going to be ready to be traded. It's a whole mess we got right here. It's a whole mess. Yeah, this is his injury, man. Just getting him back, man. With him over the trade, with him, this is going to be a problem for the Pelicans, man. It just keeps getting complicated, doesn't it? With the Pelicans, why is it always so complicated with the Pelicans to play good basketball? Why is it so complicated? Why the hell is it so complicated, DC, to make smart moves, to build a winning organization, to have a smart coach, to actually have guys to do what they do, to stay ahead of the curve on the injury monster? Why is it incredibly so difficult for us to do the most common things that a professional basketball team's supposed to do? Why is it a problem?
Man, when you're trying to do things organically and mechanically correct and sustainably, or and all this bullshit, that's what comes with it, man. When you want to reinvent the fucking wheel, you keep trying to do something that's completely out of the realm of possibility for everybody else. You trying to reinvent the wheel, man. We're not at the type of, I guess, crossroad to be able to do that. Most people who do reinvent the wheel or create something that's unique and it's never been seen before, they have a history of doing fundamentally correct things before they get to that point. Like you don't jump out and just try to reinvent the wheel from the ground up. Like it's just crazy. This whole thing, we were a super young team and we tried to treat, looks like, young guys like they were vets, and that just failed miserably at that. And then on top of that, man, surrounding them with the wrong players, just the wrong fit for everything. David Griffin can never give the coaches the correct roster for the coaches that they are. We had the same problem with Stan Van Gundy. You know what I'm saying? And you got the same problem with Willie Green. Not that he's a great coach, but we have to tell the truth. Willie Green has never really had the players to complement fully what he wants to do. The switch all and all this bullshit is, as much as we can point out the flaws in it, he's never really had the center he needed for the switch all. You know, he hasn't had the players he needed. And then we had guys like, you know, Dyson Daniels, you got Larry Nance, Najee Marshall, which all those guys kind of fit what Willie Green wanted to do. Then you're even looking at NAW, you know, over there in Minnesota. He's another guy, man. He's turned into a nice little defensive guy that got an offensive bag. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of these players that fit that, but couldn't find a way to make them all work, fit together, be on the team at the same time. It's just been a mess, man. A move too late, as always. You know, we always reactionary instead of doing things beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Being proactive. We haven't been proactive at all. We just react. Oh, this didn't work. Well, we need that. Oh, this didn't work, then we need that. Oh, we got the wrong player. Let's go fix it and get that. Oh, we got that, and that worked kind of okay. Well, let's just not re-sign JV and get nothing for him. Like, it's just so we just I can't even get the damn words out, man. We piss away so many goddamn opportunities, bro, when we had shit in the palm of our hand, bro. This was the easiest rebuild you could have asked for a team losing a superstar. And every way we could fuck it up, we found a way to fuck it up. For every time we do something right, we do 3 or 4 things wrong.
You ain't lying, man. This is the Pelicans sitting up here at 5-19. They play tomorrow at the Spurs. Spurs on, like I said, on a 3-game losing streak, 8-6 in their building. Not saying that they can't come away with the win, but they just they got to get out of their own way. It's not just beating up the teams and the refs. This team is a team that continually beat themselves. Like I said, they're overall as a collective, it's a low IQ basketball team. No disrespect to the players, but it's just what I see. They don't play intelligent basketball. The defense is really bad. I mean, it sucks. It stinks. And until they correct that and gain an identity, and Willie Green talking about swagger and all this, man, your team don't have an identity, dude. They don't have an identity. They don't know what they are.
This confidence he talking about.
Don't confidence. How you gonna have confidence when you don't know who you are? That's commonplace. But you're gonna tell me about what he said about troubles and adversity? Dude, you make it through adversity based on who you are as a person, the things that you're comprised of. You make it through adversity and tough times based on the things that your parents gave you, the positive things that you learned, your own experiences, how you deal with issues and errors and problems, and how you self-correct. That's how you deal with life when things hit you and wash over you. You got to have something inside of you to be able to stand tall through it all. That's how it is. If you're a team without an identity, you're not gonna be able to do that. You're gonna be waffly. You're gonna be over here. You're gonna be over there. You don't have a foundation. That's the problem. There's no foundation for them to stand on. Even if he's a defensive guy, his defense is terrible. It's stupid. It's dumb. And the players don't do it well. The players don't even communicate effectively every night. It's the same thing. It shouldn't be this easy for teams to lay the ball up against the Pelicans, and then they have it incredibly difficult to get baskets against them. That's terrible. That's really stupid. The second half, it's just a cumulative effort of low IQ basketball. I can't say it any. I try not to get too upset about it because this is horrible, man. This is horrible. The efforts It's a dumb, low IQ effort every night. It's 5 wins in what? How many games? DC almost 25 games. 5 wins, and I think they're going to lose the Spurs. They don't
But
have
the
an identity.
injuries, Q. But the injuries.
Don't matter, brother. It don't matter about the injuries. Collectively, you have players. You have enough players where you should be able to withstand the injuries and still be able to win games. Like when we were playing the Lakers and these other teams, even that Golden State game, the Pelicans should have won that game. The Lakers game, they should have won that game. There was a couple other games that we were right there and should have won. We had some blowouts, yeah, but there were games that they should have won. But low IQ basketball ended up jumbling it up. So, like I said, man, this is all on Willie Green. I don't think he makes it out of December. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he makes it out of December. He could be facing 30 losses. He got 11 more losses to go. How many games we got left in December?
Let's pull the schedule up, man. You need to drop the link in there, man. Let the family come on in. We still doing that tonight, or will we waiting until tomorrow?
No, well, tomorrow is another game. Now we'll be on sync coverage tomorrow, so it'll be you and Lex if you want to do that. You comfortable with doing that? You can make the call right now on that.
Tonight. Let's get it over with.
Okay.
Come on, man. You trying to keep me here overtime tomorrow, and I got a host?
No, I'm gonna be on sync coverage tomorrow.
That's what I said. You want me to come in here and host, and I got to do overtime?
I don't understand what you're saying.
When the people come in, that's overtime, man.
You ain't gonna go over the stats if you and Lex go. You gonna skip right past the stats.
Nah, I got the stats. I just be messing with you. I always read the stats.
I hear you, brother. All right. So anyway, man, we could do it. Give me a second. We're gonna go hit the schedule. Then we're gonna let the family members chime in, man. We're gonna go up until about 12 o'clock tonight. Here it is right here. Spurs and Knicks at San Antonio. They got Sacramento, Indiana, Houston, New York, Denver, Houston, Memphis, and the Clippers. So there's 9 games left to go in the year. So it's 9 games. So that will put you right at the 30 mark. So San Antonio,
I think they can win.
Sacramento
they can win 1 or 2 of these games. I think they're gonna mess around and sneak in 1 or 2 wins on us. If I had to pick, I would say either Sacramento or Indiana. They get a win there, and I think they might turn around and show up for some reason against
one of
New
the
York.
Houston games.
Against New York. Nah, I think Houston gonna mop the floor with them. They don't play well against young teams, man. Young, good teams. We never play good against them.
Realistically,
they beat like those teams that are like kind of either contenders at the crossroads, or people was like, oh man, they can go to championship, but we not fully sure this shit. Like those kind of they mess around and sneak around and win some of those sometimes. Like a Denver, every once in a while would beat Denver or Dallas, teams like that. The Knicks are like one of those type of teams to me. Houston is too much. It's almost giving me flashbacks of what I watched tonight. They kind of OKC like in a way to me. Not saying they play the same, just a young team that's got a good coach, a great identity, good plan of what they want to do, and they gonna come and play hard, not let off on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Not let up on you. That's Houston. I think they lose both of those games, but it's the Pelicans. Q. We can always be wrong.
Well,
if you just say they're gonna lose, you probably be right more times than wrong. If you just keep saying they just gonna lose every game, you're gonna look like a genius.
Well, I'm just saying, man. I realistically speaking, I could see them if they had an identity and they understood what they was doing. I mean, I could see them actually winning 3 games in a row. I mean, seriously, the Spurs are not a juggernaut. They have Sacramento basically. They got Sacramento figured out, and Indiana ain't a juggernaut either. So the next
Indiana
3 games,
they dealing with some issues. That's why
right.
Sacramento dealing with some issues, and the
San
Knicks
Antonio,
they're up there, but it's like there's still times where it looks like they underperform, for what everybody expects from them, even though they're very good. So it's just like I think you can get some. Those other teams they seem like teams that be real hungry to me.
I don't know, DC. I'm just
We
saying
don't,
that.
the Wizards probably gonna beat us too. When we play teams that the Pelicans gonna win tonight, they lose all of those.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing too. They played tonight. They had a shitty effort, and they were off for a few days, and now they got to go on a back-to-back.
We don't never win back-to-back. So have we ever won a back-to-back this season?
I don't remember.
That's one of the main reasons I'm picking them.
Well, shit, we only won 5 games. I don't think we had a back. One of them was a back-to-back. So that's the problem. That's a part of the low IQ inconsistent version of the Pelicans. That's why I said if they had an identity, that's really the first thing Willie Green needs to infuse. And it's too late for that. It's too late for that. You got 4 freaking years, man.
What are you talking about?
It's 4 years, man.
I'm glad you caught yourself. Willie Green ain't infusing nothing but joy, compassion, and
that's not enough.
I don't know where he get mindfulness from because he doesn't infuse mindfulness into them. But joy and compassion, yeah, I see that. The mindfulness shit, they might well take that banner down. That was one of the only ones I liked. We don't even have mindfulness.
Well, now with low IQ play, bro, you damn sure don't have any mindfulness. That's for certain. You don't. Nah, we don't. We damn sure don't have that shit. All right, anyway.
Jessica said they're gonna play better tomorrow.
Go ahead, Jess.
I hope so, Jessica.
All right, so big ups, fam. Appreciate y'all being alive. Do us a service, please hit the like button, man. If you're tuning in, listening, we pop in several different platforms. If you're listening, please give us a like button as well. If you're listening on Twitch and other X and any other platforms, Kick, please feel free to come over to YouTube, man, where you can be able to get in the comment section and comment. Also, we open up the phone lines right now for the family members to chime in. The link's pinned to the chat there. Shout out to the family listening on IG. I see y'all over there, man. Much love. Who that for life? Big ups to you and fam. Appreciate y'all, period, across the spectrum. So anyway.
God damn, Jessica.
What's through DC?
Jessica said they're going to play better tomorrow, but we still won't win, though. God damn.
She did say they'll play better. She did not guarantee a win, so I appreciate her cleaning that up, man.
Gotta love the honesty.
Right. It's just one of those things, my friend. It's what it is. All right. So anyway, fam, yeah, man, the BI thing is big, DC. We got to wait and see what happens with the BI thing, bro, because that quelches whatever trade stuff we got going on with them. That kind of stops that. Creates something very weird, and I don't know. Then that was a rough one, man. So we have to wait and see. But I'm anticipating this won't be good, bro. For him, it won't be good at all. All right, so we got a family member chiming in, brother Corey. Welcome on the stream. How you doing, Corey?
I'm doing good, fellas. I'm happy to finally be able to catch a live stream. It's been a while since I've been on the stream, but I watch you guys all the time, and I'm just kind of sad in a way. You know what I'm saying? Listening to you and DC and Big Q and Lex, you know what I'm saying? I think she out the way, but man, the question I have is, if we were to get rid of Willie Green, is James Borrego the right decision to go with? I understand he can finish out the season, but once the season's over, when we reevaluate him, is he the right coach for the job? Because when I look at the way Dave Griffin works, he likes to have control of everything. Will James Borrego be able to allow him to have control? Yes, I understand that he's under I understand he's under Willie Green and David Griffin, but what I'm saying is he's the right approach to go, because sometimes teams, when they get a new head coach, they tend to reinvigorate themselves. They tend to play harder and everything like that. But is that something that's standing? Because in my opinion, I believe that David Griffin is not going nowhere. We understand that. We know he's not going nowhere. Willie Green is the downfall. When the shit hit the fan, he gonna say Willie Green is the fall. We're gonna get rid of Willie Green. But will he be able to find the right coach? This will be coach number 5, I believe, or coach number 4. In my opinion, I believe a young coach would be a great fit for the Pelicans because Willie Green has done a great job of letting some of these guys grow into their own self. But it's like when Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr. Mark Jackson did what all he can do. Once Steve Kerr got there, it was a whole different game plan. I just want to hear what you guys have to say on that. I believe like Sam Cassell will be a great coach for the Pelicans. I really do believe that. I really wanted Ime Udoka to be the head coach when he got let go from the Celtics, but we know that wasn't realistic. They weren't gonna let Willie Green go. But I just want to see what you guys think as a realistic situation for the Pelicans to go when it comes to head coaching.
Thank you, Corey. Man, listen, man. In terms of interim coaches, Borrego's the guy. This season, when they finally, because you're right. I don't think they get rid of Willie. I mean, the octopus, David Griffin. I just don't think they fire him, and that's because he set himself up to make Willie Green the fall guy if things went bad, and he protected himself just like an octopus would. But in terms of interim coaches, I think Borrego probably would be the guy, and I think he's a higher IQ coach in terms of what he can be able to do for them, and that's like establishing identity. I mean, the team is identityless. We don't know if they're not a defensive team, they're not an offensive team. At times, we don't know who they playing through. It's very confusing, and they're wishy-washy. It's a lot of stuff that's negative with Willie Green. I would at least expect Borrego to give him some semblance of an identity. But then ultimately, if that plays out, ultimately you want to see going into the offseason, trying to see if you could find a coach long term. But then the question is, would you respect or trust whoever the octopus picks up? Because he does have a ton of issues in how he operates, man. Everybody, like the people that he picked, they're quiet. The general manager, you don't hear from him. The team was losing all these games. You don't hear from the general manager at all. He's supposed to at least come out and calm the nerves of the Pelican Nation. At least come out and make a statement, hold a press conference. Guy ain't nowhere to be found. I mean, they just duck and hide, run and hide.
It was that Trey high school ceremony.
Them guys ain't say nothing. They stayed away from any questions pertaining to what's going on with the Pelicans. They didn't answer any questions. So that's what I'm saying. When shit is good, they all out front, but when it's bad, they ducking and hiding. That's some real some chump shit there, man. Just to be honest with you. But DC, go ahead, bro.
Right.
You got the floor.
First off, we got my man Don Anthony, and we done brought him up on the stream. Shout out
to you, Don.
We're gonna let you get cooking in a second. But I would say I think Borrego or any other coach that you bring in here will get the hands-off treatment from David Griffin. David Griffin is a narcissist. David Griffin is a micromanager. But I think right now he has to be terrified of losing his job. So he's always looking for somebody to blame it on. He knows the next coach in here, they got to be able to perform, man. You got to set them up in a position to succeed, or your ass ain't gonna be here. And he really shouldn't be here to pick this coach. But the way things are going,
I got something to say real quick. Once you finish, DC, I got one thing to say.
Okay, but the way things are going, he probably still gonna be around. I hope I'm wrong, but it don't look like the Pels are gonna move on from David Griffin. They're going to fire Willie Green. Everything is right on schedule for that to happen. And James Borrego is either going to be injected if we do it during the season. And we may still go get another coach after him, depending on how that looks. Or he might be the next coach. Or they're going to, sign a coach in the offseason. But nonetheless, David Griffin wants to be hands-on with everything. But you keep, getting these type of little people you can pawn around, but it's not leading to winning. And he knows he has to win. So I would say he probably is going to look to find somebody that's kind of in that middle ground. He can't fully control him, but he can get along enough with him to inject some of his dumbass ideology that he wants to try to control down there. But that's pretty much how I see it. I can't see him fully loosening the reins and just going and sign the alpha. Maybe he does because out of fear, but that damn show ain't his first thought.
That would be 4 coaches in 6 years. So at what point do the brass, if you won't call them that, calls this guy to the carpet and says, "Hey man, listen, you have been here for 6 years, and we have had firing Willie and hiring another guy, or giving another interim coach, whatever the case may be. That'd be 4 coaches in 6 years. That's not stability."
I know when it'll change, Q.
What'll change?
When Miss Benson go up into wherever her bank account is, and they tell us some of them numbers, and she gonna call up there and say, "Baby, something wrong with my Pelicans checking account." When them numbers ain't looking right, that's when it'll change.
You ain't lying.
But until that happens,
This boy crazy.
it's gonna be the same old, bro. If they can keep sucking money out of the supporter base in the city, and Miss Benson see that balance and everything adding up, we gonna continue to go on as we supposed to go on, bro. But if they mess around and Zion, let's say, X for a trade out of here, we trade him, we get rid of BI, you do something where this team, people don't even have incentives to show up like they used to, right? And then that money get messed up. Or let's say them 2 people here and the fans or the supporters start a mutiny like they did with Dennis Allen. They start hitting him in that pocketbook. Things will shape up real quick. Somebody got to go.
It'll be Willie.
Now DC and
Willie got to go regardless. Like it's over for him.
Mm-hmm.
It don't look good for David Griffin to have Kobe Altman over there with the Cavaliers doing a great job over there, and let's just say Trajan Langdon gets the Pistons to look pretty decent. Do they look back at Willie at the octopus and be like, "Hey, what's the issue? You think you know what I'm saying? You got Kobe over there with the Cavaliers turning it around. You got Trajan Langdon trying to make something happen. I don't know what he's doing over there, but they not the laughing stock like they used to be. Does that make David Griffin look a little worse?
No, not to this. To any functional basketball organization, yes. But not to the Pelicans.
Nope, they're not looking.
Because their bottom line is what they're most concerned
it's making
about.
Dollars.
Like, man, Q keeps going over, and like I'm gonna keep saying he do an excellent job because I don't know nobody else doing that. And I knew the problem, but he kind of brought me up to speed on pointing out all of these people, as far as Dennis Lexxah and David Lexxah and all of those different people in position, and the fact that they're business people. So long as the bottom line is the bottom line, they don't care.
They're not talking championships,
fam. Man.
Nope.
But how do you think they feel to see the Houston Rockets come from
they
a
don't
bottom
care.
feeder to the
They don't.
Okay.
They don't care, bro.
They don't care.
They're not looking. They're not looking at it.
As long as this team is making close to Houston
money.
Rocket money or whatever, they're generating money. They
That's
selling
what it
merchandise.
is.
They want to do enough. Obviously, you got to win to be able to sell. They just want to keep pulling the wool over us, man. They want us to be good enough. Or if we win a championship, fine. I don't think they don't want to win a championship. But they don't want to do everything we need to do to win it.
Do you think David Griffin got the same contract as Loomis?
I don't know. I don't know what his contract. I know
is different.
Yeah, his contract.
Loomis is his contract is in blood, man. Like Loomis, it take a lot to get Loomis out of there. David Griffin he adopted to the family, so I don't think they got the same contract.
I mean, DC, the contracts, it don't really matter. None of these guys.
Loomis probably a stakeholder or something, man. He got a percentage in the team or something, bro.
But none of these guys have oversight. That's the issue. You got a banana republic going on down there. I used this analogy the other day when on the Sports Coma. I talked about oversight. The problem a lot of times, especially with the US, is that they got a problem with intelligence people. You know, they don't if you're gonna have intelligence people and intelligence agencies, they need oversight, a lot of oversight, because if you don't be checking on what they're doing, these people be tearing up everybody's country, infiltrating, using the resources of the nation to take over people's shit. And if you don't have oversight, you got a banana republic. You just can't let people run roughshod and do whatever the F they want to do and break laws, do whatever the case is. In the Pelicans, there's no oversight at the top of the team. There is no conditions imposed on David Griffin. There is no timeline imposed on David Griffin on what he needs to do to win, on what this needs to happen by this certain period of time. None of that is going on. Dennis Lexxah doesn't know anything about football. He doesn't know anything about basketball. He's an accountant, a businessman. He defers to David Griffin. He defers to Mickey Loomis. So when I talk about the contracts don't matter, it don't matter because none of these guys are involved in any oversight. They're not overseeing the guys that's underneath them. Lexxah is not checking either one of those guys. He's not imposing limitations and restrictions. He's not doing any evaluations. And that's a problem. And you got a guy that's going to shift the narrative. He's going to create and move bodies around to take hits for him, just like he did. He was lining up Trajan Langdon. Langdon got out of here. He's seen it. Because we were saying it before it even happened. I said, this guy's going to try to set him up for the fall. Langdon got out. And then he put Bryson Graham there. And Bryson Graham, you don't even hear him unless he's standing next to David Griffin, like some weird puppet. And then, and
man, you say puppet.
It's a puppet,
He
dude.
must have been security or something.
You never seen that man without David Griffin on his side. That's not a general manager, dude.
Security.
I'm saying, bro, listen, Bryson Graham, let these words find your ears, bro. You are the general manager. There's only 30 general managers in the entire NBA world, and you got one of the jobs. You as a general manager, this team is your responsibility before it is David Griffin's responsibility, even though people see him as the chief mover. It's supposed to be you, bro.
Well, I think we'll figure it out.
See, and the whole thing is,
how we gonna figure it out, bro?
No, I'm saying
that's he's saying that's what they say, man. It's sarcastic.
He is security for David Griffin, bro. He is security, bro.
He can't.
He is security, bro.
He got to be he hasn't done any press conferences. The team is you got to talk to the support base. You got to talk to the support base. You can't go long, extended weeks and the team is losing. They got all these weird injuries that's going on. And then what's going to end up happening is the media going to take over. They're going to have rumors coming out about tanking because you're not explaining properly the injuries of what's going on with these players. And everybody's looking like, why are all these guys hurt? They're doing a horrible job of explaining what's going on. They just disappeared. And then the narrative started running and then they jumped on the back end. I'm just saying.
A horrible job, Q.
I'm saying, bro, listen, that's the narrative, though, because you can run with that because they're not opposing that.
Hold up. People still buying tickets. People still buying merchandise.
They're gonna always be
saying
people
what they
doing that.
need for people to buy tickets.
Hold on. I got something to say on that one, though. I love the Pelicans, bro. I spend my money on them boys. I recently stopped this year. You know what I mean? I lost money on gambling for the Pelicans. I'm talking about. I think I'm at least about 3,500 in the hole for betting gambling on the Pelicans. It's just I just love the team, bro.
That's suicide, brother.
I just love the Pelicans, bro. Like watching them come up back in the day, watching Anthony Davis and watching number 55 shooting them threes. It's like, man, it's a team that you just love. I'm from Louisiana, but I'm in Texas, but I just love that team, bro. And it hurts me to see them go down like this, bro. Like, it really does. To watch other teams succeed and me talking trash to them, talking about we coming. We don't need no Zion Williamson. When I say we don't need him, I mean, like, if he hurt, we can still hold it down. You feel me?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this team is equipped. I feel like they got enough talent to at least be in the mix of everything, bro. Not to be 5-20 or 5-19, whatever they is. I just don't feel like they should be that way, bro. Like, honestly.
Nope. But all that, man, when you got
bad foundation, man. That's what we are, man. I'm disappointed in you and making that bad investments, though, man. You on FanDuel?
Come on, Don Rich.
Oh yeah,
Don't
I'm
talk.
on FanDuel, I'm on Prize
Yeah,
Pick, I'm on
yeah,
Caesar
bro.
Sports, ESPN.
Damn,
I
Don,
just feel
bro.
like the
Yeah, bro.
Pelicans should be at least. I should at least want
Don't pull
$100.
up. You ain't gotta put that dope down, but put that hope down for us right now. Alright? Cause we ain't, brother. We ain't on nothing right now. Like I've been stopped because I'm a FanDuel. I bet on FanDuel heavy too myself. But I know to stay away from our games, you know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely, you know what I'm saying? I love the Pelicans too, man, since Chris Paul and all that, man. Chris Paul, I ain't even from New Orleans. I'm from Washington, D.C. But, you know what I'm saying? You always get your team by, you know what I'm saying, having been close to something that you relate to. So I just seen Chris Paul play back in the day. I said, damn, youngin, you know what I'm saying? He ain't the biggest person, but he got a lot of heart. And he was
Yeah,
carrying it. He was carrying the team, and I like that. And I stood behind that. And ever since then, shit, so we had that little run with AD, but that was about it.
man,
AD and Boogie.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I done been to a Pelicans game, dog. I seen Zion. That nigga look like Willie Loaf, bro. I ain't lying. That boy look like Willie Loaf on the slick, bro. Nigga was big as a motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, for real? Like what you saying, big and like what? How they saying
Mark,
out of shape?
I ain't gonna say he out of shape because big niggas can be in shape, bro. I'm just saying
Or
that
you was
I
saying
was
like stature, like he was just like a big, like strong
yes,
dude.
yes. And I was sitting in front of his dad and me and my wife. We didn't even know that was his dad. I just seen him with some Zion some Zion brand. I'm like, man, what that is? That looked pretty fresh. That was his stepdad, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think they really fucking Willie Green on the slick, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. The
You
way he
talking about
was
Zion and
talking.
them, right?
Yes.
No, they don't.
No, yeah, nobody does.
Yeah.
Willie Green has lost the respect of the players, man.
But
I,
sometimes I
I, I
think
think
that just be
as a
media
coach,
though.
as a
Sometimes I think it's
person,
media, bro. But
what
to
do you
hear his
mean?
dad talk that crap, that let me know right then and there, like, bro, nobody really respects him. I'm talking about last year, bro, and this year when I sat in the same spots because I like the same seats.
Okay.
He wasn't dealing with him, bro. Like I don't know what
He
Willie
not.
done. I don't know, bro,
Well,
but
he
they
just
not messing
But
with him.
Zion, he love winners. Now, of course, Zion's not winning off the court right now, as far as doing the things that he's supposed to be doing to take care of himself and stuff like that. We know he's not winning in that aspect. But at least when he on the court, he a winner. And Willie Green ain't that. So shoot, and
Bro, he wasn't on the
Willie
court.
Green
His
ain't
daddy
even
was
no
still
coach that's
screaming
gonna
on
hold
screaming on
you
that
up.
boy.
He ain't even gonna hold you accountable. You know, Zion like coaches like that. You know what I'm saying? Hard on their players and holding their players accountable, standards and putting players in the best position. Bro, he done already had plenty of good coaches. Like he know that. And he had one in the NBA in Stan Van Gundy, who was also a good coach.
I'm
Like
gonna say
He
he
got
already
Orlando
said
I'm
that.
not
Magic
gonna
to
say
the
Zion,
finals,
bro. I'm
man.
not gonna say Zion, bro. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say his stepdad because I ain't talked to Zion. His stepdad was the one going in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lee is he's a coach in his own right. So I mean, if we can see some of the inconsistencies with Willie Green, I'm sure he can see them. And the fact when they put Zion out there, man, you know what sets do we really run for? Are we utilizing him properly? Like I would be mad if I was Zion's dad too.
That nigga probably like, man, what the hell are they doing, man?
Right.
Like,
We totally use Zion all wrong a lot of times, man. So it's like I get that. I can see
man,
that.
it's a very, very difficult situation. But like I said, man, I'm riding with the Pelicans. I'm just being realistic, like I am with all my teams, and like I am in life. Period. I'm gonna just be real with where we at. And like, but I don't know if y'all remember, but shit, y'all should know, man. I've been the one been saying we needed to fire Willie Green years ago because I don't see. I like the Patriots, so I seen good coaches. I like Boise State and college. I see good teams and good coaches. I knew this guy didn't have it. I knew he didn't have it. It doesn't take that long to see if a coach got it or not. I didn't need to see about the team getting healthy. No, because it's not really about what you do when you have the best talent. It's just the habits that you have, the consistency of what you're doing. putting players in the best position, no matter who's on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Are you holding your players accountable? Are you aligning with the flow of the game? Are you helping players keep their rhythm, or are you negating, like, are you taking away from what players are doing? You know what I'm saying? He was doing all that, and last year at the end of the year, people was getting mad at me. I know Jay Black got mad at that time. I said it after the game when we was on that losing streak last year, going into the when we was fighting for the playoffs. I was like, shit, man, I'm glad we losing. I said, shit, let's lose. Because I was the first one to test that, bro. Like, we gotta do this to get this man out of here. So it's not that people thought that, why would you want us to lose? Bro, sometimes in life you gotta lose to win. And that is one of the situations that we in right now. We need to lose all these losers. Literally. We need to lose all these losers that we got in office, got in coaching staff, lose their ass. Real talk. That's what we got to do to win. That the losing of them is equivalent to a lesson. That's the lesson. We see what we had, what we don't need. Get them out of here, and that's going to translate into winning. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do that, because if you win games, what that's going to do? They already talking about he improving his win record every year. Like, and the real one seen through that shit. We seen through that shit, bro. You see what other teams, real organizations do. They ain't looking at no win total, bro. They're like, bro, are you really maximizing what we got, bro? Niggas, Cavaliers coaches got fired. Who else got fired? Got them out of there. You know what I'm saying? They trying to really elevate. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't even trying to do a little bit of that. You know, we not trying to do a little bit of that. So yeah, it does, man. That shit hurt, bro. And that shit is ridiculous. And it's been so consistent with all this bullshit that it becomes laughter. You know, I be texting people, Pelicans fans and stuff like that. I know they like the Pelicans. I'm like, hey man, you watching the comedy show? In the middle of the game. That's what I be saying. Are you watching the comedy show?
I got a question for you though.
That's what it be. Should be a comedy show. So I don't even be mad, nothing. Cause I mean, we done already had all the emotions in the, like, you can have, like, it's time to laugh now. Cause this shit is ridiculous. It's insane.
I think you explained the phenomenon that goes on with the Pels, man. We watched the game because of our lack of trust and ownership and everything. Mm-hmm. Everybody's watching them expecting the worst. And that's an energy. So you got all of these people watching you, expecting you to fail. It's almost inevitable that it has to. It's like they've completely destroyed the confidence of the people who support the Pelicans. Nobody believes that they can do anything. And when we do finally turn around, you know, and the people start kind of thinking that they can make something happen, somebody get hurt, or the coach do something stupid, or whatever, man. It's like we're in a perpetual cycle at this point. They need a whole change in culture. Everything needs to change. They might just need to rebrand. Maybe they could keep the Pelicans' names, but we need new uniforms, new colors, or something. This shit is.
I think about
like they curse, man.
I think about the time that OKC was a laughingstock and they had nobody on their team, and it was still competing with no-name players. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That makes a difference. Like, I would like a new head coach, but at the same token, you know, the octopus gonna have his hands on everything as far as picking your coach, as far as picking your trainer. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how you let Fred Vincent walk away. You know what I'm saying? Fred Vincent was a great developer, the great developing coach behind the scenes with Lonzo Ball, with Najee Marshall, with Herb, with Jose Alvarado. It's crazy to me that you let him just walk away, bro.
How you think they let him walk away? I mean, Fred Vincent probably was just as smart as Trajan Langdon, and when he saw what was gonna go, hey man, can I come over there with you? a simple conversation. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that they
Got a
let
raise.
him walk. I think he wanted to go
Yeah, he got a raise,
because he
man.
knew what was going to happen. It ain't hard to see. This ain't shocking. This ain't shocking nobody what's going on with the Pels right now. Anybody who's been watching them and this whole thing play out, maybe you didn't even have to watch before the AD era, the AD era or before that. All you had to do was watch from when Zion got drafted, and you can clearly see what was going to happen. We were in the offseason talking about Willie. You know, I was saying Willie's in an impossible position to succeed. PQ, like, what is that? What that mean? And I broke it down several times. They gonna tie his hands for him to succeed. Well, he won't succeed, and he's not good enough as a coach to succeed. So it's a double whammy, and that turns into 5-18. I didn't think it would be this bad, but Big Q would constantly talk about the organizational problems and how you can see this going. And this man was talking Trajan Langdon, a goddamn mime, and all type of shit. We had jokes going with that. And
got another mime back here though. We got one quieter than him.
He not a mime, bro.
He's just a puppet.
There you go.
This dude a puppet.
What you call it? I know the people who hold him. What you call him? A ventriloquist. What's the
My
name?
man,
exactly
he might be an AI.
Yeah.
Dude is not present, man. That's
he the dog for the ventriloquist, man. Like
dude,
That boy is
they just
security,
pull levers
bro.
and make
He
him
is
talk.
security.
haven't heard from the man, bro, by himself.
Right.
I mean,
So-
you the general manager of the team. We haven't heard nothing
Hey,
from
we
the
ain't heard
man.
nothing from him since he got promoted, right?
He was sitting next to David Griffin
Next
several
David
weeks
Griffin
ago.
in the offseason. They gave him credit. They talk about him with the Messi pick though. He was the one that spotted
Yeah, I
him
bet
and
they
Baylor and all of that.
Yeah, that was all right,
Let's
DC.
be
But what
real,
about
though.
now? What about now? What the hell have you done for me lately? The hell with that. That's what you
But
supposed
I'ma
to
be
do. You're supposed to pick bum ass
the
players. You're supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
y'all will let me get a man some credit. We that devoid of credit. I
The
can't give
Pelicans
Bryce a
picked
Man,
credit.
the
good
hell with
players,
that. You
bro.
got 5 wins, dude. What the hell
I'm
we
just trying to
talking
point
about?
out the one thing he might do good, man. Come on.
Man, come on, man. He's supposed to do that. Now he's supposed to do
He
something
might
with this
not be a good speaker, just like we said about Trajan
Nah,
Langdon,
he
right?
speaks just fine. He's just too docile. That's who the guy picks. He picks guys that are not out front guys that are like that like this is an opportunity for him to establish his identity as a general manager. Step out, make some statements, answer some questions. You know, some hard questions.
Yeah, he started
Stand
off
up.
mopping the floors, wasn't he?
It's something like that. He was doing. He started from the bottom. Ain't no doubt about it.
So
Man. He just happy to be there. He was he was just smiling. I'm just happy to be here. I'm smiling. I'm happy to be here. Okay, now let's get some work done, bro. You don't just get the job. Let's get some work done, man. Let's iron out some of the stuff got going on. You know, my point is when we talk about David Griffin, and DC just said it. You mentioned that the guy's a control freak. He ain't gonna hire anybody in here that's gonna challenge what he's doing. Any guy that knows this guy running this shit the wrong way.
Yeah.
This shit's all ran the wrong way, man.
There is a trump card to get around David Griffin, though, Q.
Okay, let's hear it.
If any coach who really wants to coach Zion, if they just are obsessed with coaching him, and it's a good coach, if they get Zion, they can get in here, regardless of what David Griffin felt.
They can what?
They can get in here and coach this team.
Oh.
That's the only way I see a real alpha being able to get in. They got to be highly recruited by like Zion or something like that.
But don't you pick the coaches?
They
Don't
want
they
put
pick the
everything
coaches?
in them for Zion to work out.
Yeah, but we you need DC. We done.
They let Brandon Ingram pick a coach. They ain't gonna let Zion pick one.
Nah, we gotta the next hire has to be a guy with a reputation and some respectability. A guy that they will listen.
No. I don't disagree with that, but I'm just saying if that dude is not David Griffin's cup of tea, you understand what I'm saying? If they got the ear of Zion and Zion really want him, if Zion really want him, and he put the pressure on the organization to get him, because they want him to succeed at this point, bro. He has no trade value, right?
But you know this.
Got the whole thing with the contract. He's still young.
But you know this, like I know this.
BI is probably out of here.
Zion Williamson is the star of the team. He's the star of the show, the center of the organization. He has them by the cojones. insofar as the decision making. If he gets pissed and upset, they're in trouble. But he's not.
Saying.
But he's not the type of player to use that toward his advantage.
I
It
don't know,
brings
Q. When
success.
you looking at your career might be
Man,
over, man. I think that brings a different
man,
side.
bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I
Bull.
think it.
Bull.
Well, I feel like he is.
Bull.
He has developed into that. He's starting to develop into that, as we can
Yeah.
see.
Into
You know
what,
I'm saying?
Stacey?
He
I mean,
has
who Don? I'm sorry. And what Don? What you saying, brother? Develop into being that guy?
He
Vocal?
Yeah,
firing
right.
people.
Yeah. Developing
When they start
into
firing people, there's a change.
right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like shit. Even now, I mean, you hear it in his. You know what I'm saying? When he be speaking, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I feel like I can do everything. You know what I'm saying? You starting to, you know what I'm saying? You hear it when he's speaking that it's like, all right, he's starting to get irritated by certain things. And I think, to be honest, shit, even this sitting out could be a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he can play, but at the same time, he want Willie ass gone. So he ain't even going to trip too much about playing right now anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he already doing shit.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to get
I
Willie.
get.
What am
I
I
get what you're
force my way
saying, bro.
back for the fail? I already know
No,
we doomed.
man,
Right.
that ain't the logic though. You're supposed to have.
Right. And I
If
feel
you,
you
if
saying he should be,
It's
it should
not.
be, right. I
you,
feel what you're saying.
I'm
You
saying
supposed to
if
be
you
really speaking up and standing up about it.
right, I'm saying,
Yeah.
listen, bro. If the only guy I can throw into this thing is like a superstar that want to win no matter where they go, and the guy getting paid big money to be the guy to win, not sit on the bench. This is disrespectful. Even we had Pat Bev came out against it. He was talking on it. A lot of NBA players are talking about it, man. They're talking about what's going on
J.R.
with the
Smith
situation.
was on Sean
Sharp.
Shannon Sharp show with Ocho Cinco. They was talking about it, bro.
Oh yeah,
Man,
Drew Holiday came out and talked about him. Yeah,
man,
DeMarcus Cousins coming
it's
to his
John ain't gonna
defense.
risk his money
shameful,
for
bro.
David Griffin.
But
He ain't
this
gonna
is the
risk his
thing.
money for David Griffin, period.
I wouldn't even try. Zion Williamson doesn't have the type of person. He's still a big man child. Even though he got a baby and all that, this is a big man child, man.
Yeah.
This dude, he's talented, but his game is way behind. He's missed half of the games that he's played, missed half of his career in injury. He's supposed to be far along, like a mid-range shooting, all this type of stuff. Like I ain't gonna pack myself to the goal. And I know they got guys there, and I'm getting knocked on my ass, and the referees ain't gonna help me. I got a mean mid-range shot that I can hit consistently to pull them
Oh, my
out, and I
coach.
can go around them.
Mhm.
You see,
Mhm.
if I'm a star, I can utilize my star ability to be able to get a respectable coach here. And if I don't know who it is, I can talk to talk to Coach K and see if I can get, might want to get some references or who you think it should be.
How
If
do
it's
we
not
know?
this,
How do we know he not doing some of that?
that guy ain't doing that,
Well, I
man.
feel like he is
How you
doing
know?
it.
I didn't say he was. I just say how do you know he's not doing it?
I feel like he's doing some of
Because
it.
I don't see nothing.
You gonna hit me to show me?
I don't see. I'm about to hit the show me button on your ass. That's what I'm about to do. Because I ain't seeing nothing. If he was really as healthy as he indicates, then he would have forced his way back out there. Who's
Well, I
gonna
mean, he
stop
was
him?
doing dunks before to show us.
Man, come on, man. If you
Yeah.
are healthy and you want to win,
But
bro,
hey,
no, man.
but like,
No.
I got a question. I got a question right quick though. If it was
No.
healthy, do you why is the Pelicans holding him back for financial reasons, or he's just not healthy?
Well, my take on it was I think that when I look at his contract and I look at the tax implications, right? And then I look at the fact that, I was saying they're pre-tanking. They kind of want to put themselves in position for a good draft pick, but at the same time, kind of
Ain't gonna do him
want
no
to
good,
give
bro.
themselves the chance to turn the season around. We're indecisive, and everything about
But the
us
thing-
shows indecision.
yeah.
Because they're not
And
trying to
the
tank
thing
right
Well,
now.
the thing about it is, well, I
the
want to
thing
say
with
too.
Zion, his contract is guaranteed 61 games. He got the weight clause. He got another marker at 51, another one at 41. If they could get him, down some games, they can save some money. And what did I say about this team before? They all about that bottom line. Ms.
You don't think
Vincent,
he sees that?
hell yeah, he see that.
Then
They
why
probably
isn't he
talk.
forcing
They
himself
because they
back and saying
talk.
I'm healthy?
Because
But
like
That's what
I
I'm
told you, and
saying.
you laughed me up out of the show. I say they talked to him about it, and they probably got a deal under the table. When you let me see what you mean,
Man, there you go with the illegal under
but
the court
hold
bag.
up,
No, I'm not giving you no
They
credit
may
for that.
have told him that if he goes along with their plan or whatever they talked about, and he shows he can do better, all this shit, they're willing to restructure some stuff in his deal, and he got a new agency to show like that could possibly be a thing. You know, you get a new agent, man, you can restructure that deal.
If the
So
party is willing to restructure, he's tied into the contract that he signed.
he's
So
tied into. Well, I just told you.
But
but
why
you,
would they
For
switch?
you
Why would
making
they
Zion
restructure
to
it?
go
DC,
along
you
with
making but you making two
because
separate points. You're trying to
no,
take credit for two separate points.
I'm
Number
not trying
one,
to take credit for two separate points.
one of
I
those are
said to go
illegal.
along with
One of
it's
those
not.
are
How is it illegal?
illegal.
How
You
is it
just
illegal?
said we're gonna give him something under the table. Number one, everything has to be through the
I
contract.
said under the table, but I'm just talking about they may have. I don't know what exactly it is. I'm saying may have, may
It's
could
CPT, DC.
give him the ability to restructure certain things in that deal that he's unhappy with. If you do me this solid,
But
keep
that's
me
not
out of
the
tax
but that's
trouble, do
not the
this, da, da, da,
same
da, da.
as under the
Come on,
table.
man. We're not gonna act like guys don't miss games and they not really
DC,
hurt.
DC, that's CPT at its
It
finest.
ain't
You're
no
talking about, bro.
CPT.
That's
That's
CPT, DC.
that's the truth. So you think
That,
Joel Embiid
I
can't
feel
play at all right now?
bro, that's CPT, bro.
Come on, man. Like
yeah.
dudes miss time, and we know they aren't hurt and they could play all the time for all type of reasons, whether it be from the organization or what. If you want them to not blow the whistle on that, man, I could actually play. They holding me out. Da 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 da. They gotta have some type of understanding with the organization,
He got to prove that.
huh?
He has to be able to prove his claim against them. Listen, I'm saying this. I get what you're saying.
Take me to the doctor right now. We can go to y'all doctor and show. Look at my leg. I can
Right.
actually play. They're not
It-
letting me
And I
play.
can
So
Is
jump,
that
push ups,
did he
certain
do
jump
that?
jack.
situations
Needs to be proved.
as
He didn't
Ben
do it,
Simmons?
Q,
Bro,
because I'm saying
how long?
he's probably well, this is a word David Griffin would say. He's probably in lockstep with their plan.
Bro, no, man. Come on,
I'm
bro.
just, man,
DC,
you
listen.
say
Number
show
one.
me. That's what he's showing me.
No, I'm saying,
His
listen.
silence to me shows he's okay with it.
I'm just gonna tell you what I disagree about what you just said. Number one, I'm saying the first part of your conversation is CPT. They're not paying them under the table.
No, I'm not saying pay him under the table.
Hold on. Let me. No, I'm saying I get what you said. I'm saying you're saying two
real
things.
Caucasian right now, bro.
What? Dude, well, I'm
saying under the table, but I'm just saying like maybe they
say what you mean,
they
then,
told
brother.
him they'll restructure his deal.
Say what you mean, then.
I ain't saying like they gave a man $10 million. Let me slide this in your
Bro,
bank
that's
account,
what. But bro. You see that that's a communication.
How is that
You
better
like
than saying Zion will
that's like
restructure
Willie.
your
That's like
contract down the line?
you acting real Willie
is that
Greenish
illegal?
right now with miscommunication. You
I
miscommunicate.
got blue dollars, Q. I don't have enough green dollars to act Willie Greenish.
No, I'm saying you acting real Willie Greenish based on what you're saying. You want us to understand something, but you're saying it in a way where it's going to the opposite side of it. When you say under the table, we're getting an image.
On that one word, man.
One word to CPT. I'm saying don't say under the table if you don't mean under the table. Say
Well,
what
they
you
whispered
mean.
in his ear over the table that they would probably restructure his contract. Just go along with this, da 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 da. You know, probably other stuff they telling them too.
But why would hold on? See, this is where I have a problem with. Why would they do that when he's locked into the contract? That's what's happening benefits the Pelicans right now, based on your hold on, bro. Hold on. Listen before you respond, my Jamaican brother. Listen. All I'm saying at the end of the day, all right. All I'm saying is this. It's all about leverage in these type of situations. Zion didn't have any leverage. He signed that agreement. He's tied into that contract, and him not playing financially benefits the team that they don't have to pay him those dollars. So why would they then work against their own leverage to help Zion out and he not even healthy? Explain that one to us, genius.
One simple thing. If Zion requests a trade and leaves this franchise, David Griffin is fired. He does have leverage.
If
Now,
he
his leverage
requests,
may not be
he's
as
not
great
healthy.
as it was.
He's not healthy.
Okay, you don't have to be. But if he requests that he don't want to be here no more, they either got to cut ties with him. I mean, he can sit out and not play if he don't feel like
All
he's
right.
gonna meet the
All,
deadlines of the contract.
all
He's
right,
saving the money.
DC.
He got some form of leverage now, albeit
Let me ask you.
it's not a lot as
So
what
is
it
it?
was before.
So is it his idea right now to sit out? Because he's saying he's healthy. If he was a real
He's saying to
star,
me like he goes along with the plan, man. Zion
okay, there we go. We
seems
got
to me
another
like a
Bryce T.
guy
Graham type.
who don't he don't buck things too much unless
He's
they
a Willie
need to.
Green.
Nah, I think
Nah, he ain't a Willie Green.
he got more cojones than Willie.
Man,
Yeah.
all
I ain't
I'm
saying
saying
it
at
like
the end
that.
of
I'm
I'm
saying Zion
saying
is like
he's a
he'll
get
let you drive.
along guy. He's a
I
get
don't see
along
him.
guy.
I don't see him as that. I see him as he'll let
I
you
mean, you
drive.
ain't see him.
He'll let you do this or that. And when
He
he
don't.
see
Dem-
things, when he
he
see
don't
things
command.
ain't going the way
He don't.
that
He don't
he
demand the
want them to
ball
go,
when he's out. He don't demand the ball when he's out there on the floor. He plays along. He plays second fiddle too much, and that's why a lot of people got problems with Zion Williamson. If you're the centerpiece of the team, you can't be the second fiddle. You got to be the main dude to handle
I
the
see him
business.
other times where he
Nah, that's not
goes
all the
on
time, though, DC. That's not all the time, bro.
nah,
You
but
know
I'm
that.
Yeah,
saying
but
he talk
it's
about I'm
developed
trying to
though.
do what the coach tells me and take a back seat. You don't remember that? Like him not
That
demanding
was
and doing
last year.
this. But I'm just saying a lot of this could be within the structure of the team or with the game plan, with the coach want. I think the brother is all about winning. He's not a professional because he don't do the things he need to do as far as his health and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But on a basketball court,
He definitely
everything I seen from
That's
him playing,
that's a
him playing
mouthful.
in Duke
He ain't a
and him
professional.
playing with the Pels, he's not a professional as far as doing the things he needs
No,
to
he
do
ain't
on
a
the court.
professional. I agree
But
with you
when
on
he
that. I'm
on
saying
the
that's the
court,
good
bro,
reality
he
for you.
tries to do
winner.
the right thing as a winner. If Zion scores 10 points and they won the game, I truly believe Zion is happy. That's how it looked to me.
All I'm
So
saying,
if
Brett,
you taking the back seat and that shit ain't working and we ain't winning, you know what you see Zion do? He had
Yep.
one of them angry games where he
Yep.
get mad, he scored 30,
Mm-hmm.
40 points, and he makes sure we win. So I get what you're saying, and maybe he don't have none of that enough of the him demand the ball or enough assholeness you
Ain't
would want the
consistent enough. I
superstar.
feel.
But I see him as one to be a winner, bro. And
Yeah.
when stuff
not.
consistently goes wrong, he looks like he goes his way and tries to figure it out. He not Willie Green. Maybe he should do it more. That's what you're saying. But I
Right.
do see examples.
I'm saying
I've seen
in
a
this.
lot of examples of
How
that.
long has he been here? 5 years.
Yeah.
So if the thing is, if you the centerpiece of the team and you got this big contract that he signed, I mean, and they're counting on him to be the centerpiece of the team, he has to be more. I mean, everything has to go up.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the same, I'm
everything.
about to say at the same
What's that?
time too. The difference too is Big Q is in comparison to a lot of other organizations that they got their shit together. They empower their player. We ain't really empower them like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't. It was always, it's this guy's team, this guy's team, this guy's team. It was never like, yeah, this Z team. That wasn't even established. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like we can say like he can be like all these other guys, but shit, a lot of them other guys was empowered. And you know what happened when you get empowered? You feel like, you know what I'm saying? You become that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because all these guys
That's
be,
what the money's supposed
Well,
to do, right?
yeah,
well, but still in all, that's a good point, Don. But the thing is, as well, is the reason why the Pelicans were behaving like that is because they couldn't count on Zion Williamson because he wasn't there. He'll play and then he'll get hurt, and then they have to go to the second option, which was Brandon Ingram. So
And
at some point, they got
yeah.
gun shy about giving out verbiage that
This
Zion is the centerpiece of the
this
team. They
brings
didn't want
another
to
point too.
alienate BI. That's what it was about, and that's
Is
because of
that
the injury, the shaky injury history of Zion. Go ahead, DC.
is that also Zion looking at that? Because come on, man, if you ain't been on the court, right? How I'm gonna come out there and be the guy? Like right after I was injured, and everybody else looking at this other dude as the guy. You almost have to. You got to create a split in the locker room, like to really be. I think he, number one. You number one. you got to create that uncomfortable dynamic of a split to be who you saying he should be. Is it easier to just, okay, I know I can get my 25 and I could fit into this and still do what I do and eventually, turn that narrative around. I show that I'm better.
No, I don't think
Because
you have
I
to
look
split
at
the
it
locker
like
room to do that.
last year was Zion playing 73 games. Everything prior to the bubble, we had some good stuff hit or miss there. Then he just had that horrible bubble performance. Then after that, Zion looked like the guy. They had games where BI was out and we was like, so what? Pels was humming. I think that could have been the same thing this year. But we had all of the issues that we had, and we got in the hole. And Zion's injury or whatever he had, I think they milking it. Like we talked about, Willie Green, you've been saying it for the longest, bro. Willie Green is the fall guy. And everything is going to shit already. So why wouldn't Zion be a power play to help get Willie Green fired? Like the players gotta fire Willie Green, right? David Griffin can't just come out and do it. It's gotta look like the
and I
players
think
are upset about it.
and DeJounte gonna help him
Players
get
are
out.
firing him.
DeJounte help him
That's
get
what I'm
out of get him
saying.
out of here too.
If Zion was playing, that might not be able to happen. Because come on, man, we are a lot better when Zion is playing and he's not.
Oh, that's because he's your
they
best
could
player.
win. They could win with Will.
He's your best player, and he's
When
a difficult
healthy,
cover. Yeah,
Right.
he's a difficult, and that's what. But that's
So
what I'm
you
saying.
want
But
him? You want him to go out there and not play up to his capabilities, basically like halfway through games, or you just gonna sit him out?
I'm not.
And say he hurt
No.
longer
I
than what
want.
he really hurt.
No, I want if he's healthy enough to play, I want him to play. That's what I'm saying.
I think he healthy enough. To play.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he's healthy enough to play, because it ain't no time. It's no more time at all of this baby and the dude. If he's healthy enough to play, I want him to
That's
play.
what I'm saying.
he's
I think
healthy.
it's political. I don't think it's because they trying to baby him or nothing at this point.
You think
for this.
you think any superstar would allow the team to keep him from playing if he really wanted to play?
If they want the coach fired too, then yeah, I think they go along.
Man, I hear what you're saying.
When
You're making this
when
way more Machiavellian than I think it is. I don't think
David Griffin is
system broken over
Machiavellian.
here though.
nah, he ain't even close to that.
I got one thing to say
They
though.
say he was good.
I mean, if BI's out, the way they say he's out, I would love to see Trey Murphy get his shine on.
That ain't gonna happen with that's not gonna happen with Willie here, bro. Willie ain't even gonna put him in position, bro.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on, family. Let me do this right quick because let me do this because y'all segue perfectly. I've been having this up on the screen here. Let me show y'all this right here. This is, I pulled this up, and fam, y'all know I do this from time to time. This is some information right here pertaining to his ankle sprain, to BI's ankle sprain. Now, this is not about BI's ankle sprain. It's just a type of ankle sprain, a severe one. These are the grades of it. Left ankle sprain.
It's still several months for severe.
God damn.
Hold on, DC. Let me get through it. All right, can range from a couple of weeks from a mild sprain to several months for severe pain, a severe sprain. By the way he looks and how he couldn't walk on it, we would definitely classify this as a severe strain, which would be a level 3, which can take several months to heal completely, often requiring extensive rehabilitation and may involve a partial ligament tear.
Yeah, man. To be honest, man, at this point, dog, I'm just ready for it. I mean, I wish you get well, but man, fuck it, man. Just let him go. Let's get him. Let him run this contract out. We ain't gonna be able to trade him. Cool.
We can get him for
move
cheap
on,
though.
man.
We can get him for cheap. We can get him for cheap.
Man, I don't
though.
want him at all, dog. This cut ties, bro. Like, so this is even
They
though
might
I know
not have a choice, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because now the position we in with this injury that you pulled up, like you say, you might miss several months. So shit, I mean, you can't trade nobody when they hurt, right? Unless they, I guess,
Unless
come
the
to some
team,
agreement.
Well, right. Unless the team
They gotta agree
agrees
to
to
skip his physical or disregard.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
nobody ain't trying to do all that to pay this dude $50 million, and they give you access.
Yeah, man. So
that's over with. $50 million over with, bro. That's over with. That's
$50 million, man. Him getting traded is over with.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't coming to get him.
You know, man. It's like,
So, how,
you know,
so what
the
do you
league
do?
is, and that's why I keep telling y'all, man. Dog, remember I said this before. Mark it again. Like the league gonna move past Bi. Keep telling y'all this. The league is going to move past him. Man, what he 27 now?
Yeah.
Hey, the
Sign
league
and
is going.
trade?
Nah,
Who
none of
gonna
that.
want to sign him?
None of that.
Q ain't no sign of trade. We ain't got no
I'm
bird rights to him.
I'm just saying, throwing out shit,
But
bro.
Just gonna let him go.
Big
Like
Q,
DeRozan.
what
Like
I will
DeRozan with the
say,
Bulls, bro. Same
what
thing.
I will say is,
Valanciunas, let him walk.
what I will say is, we are the Pelicans. So let me go to Pelicans reality. You might be right, Big Q. We might do a sign and trade. We might trade him and get Garrett Temple and some picks back or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like send him to the Raptors and
Oh
some
Lord.
wild shit and you know.
Garrett Temple, bro.
Yeah, man. Because like at this,
And they gonna be like,
we are the
welcome
Pelicans.
home, Garrett Temple. Everybody, Garrett Temple.
Yeah, like
They
because
gonna be on the Pelicans
we the
page.
same team that re-signed Willie, and we don't even know
Oh
the
man,
contract situation.
shit.
We don't even know the contract situation with Willie.
Garrett
You
Temple.
know, so apparently performance is not a big part of a true winning performance for the future. Is not a big part of our
He wasn't Garrett Temple though.
criteria.
That boy crazy.
For our criteria for moving on with players and signing them and giving them money to people in our organization, like that has nothing to do with anything. There's no type of good criteria standards for us.
Hey, would you be okay letting him walk though?
Yes, bro,
I mean,
we've been
I
through
think
too
it's the
That's
much,
smartest
bro.
thing to do. But I'm gonna
We just
stand on my point of I think they're gonna try and re-sign him. I've been saying that shit for almost a year now,
and
and
that's in the
it's
Pelicans mindset, right,
that's
DC?
what they do, man. They're gonna try and
Right,
re-sign him and load up again and
right.
possibly trading him if it don't work. I think maybe it won't be successful though. Brandon Ingram might not go for that shit. But this right now, with him getting hurt, it makes it even more likely because there's no way he can command the money he wants to command.
what
Yeah, but
about
it's like,
CJ McCollum? Can you trade CJ?
I mean, you could trade CJ.
You
That's
can.
definitely you can get pieces from CJ.
If he keep playing like how he been playing, we can trade him
And just
before the deadline.
let Bi walk. And if it depends, and then
If they trade
also,
CJ, they gonna bring Bi back. They ain't gonna let both of them go.
well, I mean, not necessarily because that's what I was just about to say. Depending on how this season continues to go, we'll be in the draft lottery, so we'll be having somebody replacing
That's crazy.
Bi. You know what I'm
That's
saying? We'll have
crazy.
somebody coming back to replace him. So we got Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, and all them guys. So, and then I'm sure we're gonna have a piece from CJ McCollum, and we probably get, I don't know, another second
And
round pick.
if they let go of CJ and Bi, Zion Williamson gonna restructure that contract. Watch.
He got no choice
Oh
but to
yeah, oh you talking about
restructure.
are you saying to try to get people here
No, I'm just saying he gonna restructure his contract.
for more?
Yeah, they probably
Okay,
gonna
okay,
extend the years and change some of the protections in there.
okay.
Especially if he come back and play on the back half of the season and look good.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, and I'm gonna stand on that too. He not coming back this year
Who
because
Zion?
yeah. Like I said, you gotta with the Pelicans, just like how what I was saying to my man about
I
that
think it
betting,
would be stupid to
you gotta
not let
stop.
him play this year.
Look
That
at
would be
just
a
like I said to my
mistake.
man about that betting, you gotta stop because you already know. We gotta start with you know what I'm saying. I know we be thinking with our you know what I'm saying with our hearts and shit and
Nah, I just
without
think that
good
makes sense.
without
It
good
makes
you know what
sense.
I'm saying spirit of like we want to do something, but at the same time we know, bro, we already been through this with Z. We already been through this shit. We already been through this. They supposed to come back this time. Big Q looking up the dates. Oh shit, it says this time, but shit, it'll be evaluated in 2 weeks. With another 2 weeks. Shit, he'll be evaluated in 2030.
They
Like,
got the same weak ass game. Well,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like let's just go with the history. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no change. There's no
well,
change in the office. There's
I
no
think it's a big difference this time
what
because
was that? What's that?
the roster is different. So moving forward, if they do want to get that piece right in the draft, I think it's very important to see Zion play with Herb, Trey, and DeJounte.
Okay,
DeJounte, we've never seen him. They have to see that
I feel
because
you, but
they
to be
have
honest,
to see what they're gonna
to
put
be
around
honest,
him,
though,
man. I don't think they can
right?
just sit him out. They got to see in real time against some
Yeah,
competition.
but I
Now,
want, but
I
I'm gonna
think they
say
might be
this:
trying to hold him
you
out
don't,
as long as possible. So when he come back, let's say if it look real good,
yeah.
we can stay not
To
winning.
me, you don't gotta see it. You have a
You think
good
so?
kind of understanding of how Zion is with a point guard. I mean, he had Lonzo, and we see that DeJounte doesn't even have to be a forceful scorer. He wants to get players involved. He want to
Right.
be a point guard. He want to be that had that backcourt lockdown defense with Herb Jones. He want to do that. Just be a pure point guard, playing his role, busting his ass, being committed, sacrificing his role to the team for the winning. You know what I'm saying? He wants to do that. So, and DeJounte is a vet and he's a high IQ player. So that's not necessarily true. We don't need to see that. That's not a
If
BI.
we don't need to see it, then
That's
we
not a
bring in
BI
B.
situation.
Then we bringing Bi back. We not trading CJ. And we just gonna rock out. That's the only situation I can see. Like if you're talking about possibly moving off of Bi, which I think they may be able to do or may do, is up in the air, right? CJ McCullough is the same thing. You know, it's like you gotta see these other players how they gonna go with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you got an idea with Trey Hurd,
Right.
Hawkins, and all. We've
Yeah,
seen them, but you
and you
ain't seen
see,
him at DeJounte. Like you don't
yeah,
really
but
know how that's gonna work.
you know, because like I said, Lonzo Ball, shit,
And you got to
DeJounte,
change the
he's
narrative
great,
around Zion too.
and Zion, that
What's the
Zion,
narrative though? What's the
what?
narrative?
Yeah, what's that?
He's out of shape. He's horrible. We see this shit all the time. He
Yeah,
come
Oh,
back
you talking
and then
about
he
that
played
narrative? My
25
bad.
games and then he the best thing since sliced bread again. So if
right.
you considering possibly trading him, which we ain't talked about, and that's a good point, Jessica. Jessica said you got to see how he look with Messi. That's
I feel
also
like
true.
and to be honest, see, I feel y'all saying like what would he look like? What would he look like? To be honest, bro, I don't need to see what it look like because if you have high basketball IQ, you know what it's gonna look like.
They
Because
don't have
to
high
be honest,
basketball
no.
IQ, bro.
Hold
They
on,
don't have it.
DC, hold on. Because DeJounte got good IQ and Messi has good IQ. And he's developing, even with the lack of experience that he has, DC, you see he has a great feel
Yeah, I
for the
like him.
game. You know, so these are guys that I feel like, you know what I'm saying, these are pieces that fits in. Messi has not, that's why Willie Green blows me how he kind of plays Messi because sometimes he treats him like he's in the fucking way of success and he's not. Bro, you can even run those late lineups with him when he be trying to run them small ball lineups and put
Man,
Jeremiah Robinson Earl, like, bro, you can still have Messi out there,
Messi
bro.
can guard guards and shit, bro.
Yes, bro.
I don't
And that's what you
understand shit.
need. Yes, you need. And look, we getting our ass bust on the on defense. So, bro, put a defender out there that can guard. That's why we got Messi.
You know
Because
what
we
it
did.
is? I'm about to tell you. I just thought about it. Willie Green thinks because JRE is willing to shoot the three ball that he's spreading the floor, bro.
Right.
That dude shoots so many threes and they like almost go in. They never go in,
Bro,
but they
and
like almost go in so much.
right. And
He
bro,
just don't
even if
make
he and he's had good statistical games, but guess what? It don't win us games. Hell, yes, go ahead, let him go off. That's what they thinking. Shit, yes. Please shoot. You know what I'm saying? Because bro
he don't
he
hit
got a
them
pretty
threes,
jumper. He
but
does
it
have a
don't ever
pretty
go in.
well, I wouldn't well not with something well, I don't know,
Hold
Big
up.
Key.
I'm
I mean, I
about
don't
to
know
look
the
up.
DC.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
I
look
think
up his percentage on the season, bro.
DC, if I would have had to bet on it, I bet it's 38%.
JRE?
Yep. That's pretty good. Search it up.
Let's see.
15. God damn.
My man says 38%, huh?
Yeah.
He 32. So
Okay.
not it ain't the end of the world.
I was a little. But
It ain't
okay.
the end of the world. He take anywhere from 0.8 to 2.6 3-pointers a game.
Right.
32%. And I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
for his career, he's a 34% 3-point shot. That's the best you're gonna get out.
Right. And that's, I mean, shit, when you with the Pelicans, like I said, you they take 10 points off your rating. So shit, that makes sense.
I know
but
he had a 35% year with
yeah.
OKC.
But it's like, bro, like you say, bro, he got that man out there, bro. Like we this guy. That's why Willie gets on my nerves, man. Gotta go, man, because dog, we got that man. Misi is an X factor, dog. If you know how to use him, bro, he's used to the game. And again, bro, even when I talk about them not empowering Zion, bro, that goes for all our players. Even Trey Murphy. What bruh said, what he gonna do? He interested in seeing what Trey gonna do while be out. He ain't gonna do nothing, bruh. Because we don't even empower our players to even put them in position. You know what I'm saying? Misi, like, bro, he doing the best he can. But shit out the wild shit. I'm thinking it's already happened. It's already happening as far as him being affected. You know what I'm saying? It's slowly but surely happening. I think he's gonna start coming down a little bit because it's like, you know, he's gonna be. It's like a mental exhaustion or a mental confusion. Like after a while, you're like, bro, what the fuck am I doing wrong, bro? Like, why this nigga keep taking me out? Like, come on, bro. Like, do you not see what I'm doing to the game? Did you not see me against Jaren Jackson? Did you not see me put it on Miles Turner head and dominate him two matchups in a row? I did that, coach.
I don't think that's his makeup, dog.
And I can defend, all over the court. On the perimeter, I'm not gonna like, you know what I'm saying, be locking down every time. But bro, competitive, he's standing in front of you. He can move his feet. You know what I'm saying? So that is better to me in the clutch when you need defense. And then having Jeremiah Robinson. Then I had, but I'm saying, DC, remember what I said? DC, remember what I said, DC? Willie brings players down by 10 points. So we need the most points out there. We need the most highest ratings out there at a time because we have a horrible coach on the sideline that has a negative impact.
I got something to say.
You ain't never lied, bro. I be looking at that line, I'm like, man, this lineup look good as hell. If we just put somebody else with JRE at.
Yeah,
this would be a good lineup.
Yes, bro. Cause now when they come in there and think, cause guess what? Cause Herb and them, they're gonna put that pressure on you. They're gonna put pressure on you enough while you're driving to the rim for you to put up like like at least, you know what I'm saying, a low percentage shot. So that way Misi come over and clean that up. It ain't like they gonna get a clean shot with Herb and DeJounte on you, cause you know they manning up and they really, like, you know what I'm saying, they moving with you. And then Misi can be there to clean it up. But once you got JRE in the game and all these other 6'5" guys and under in the game, like they get to the paint, shit, okay, float game. We putting it up there. Or, you know what I'm saying, backdoor cut, reverse layup. Ain't nobody got the length to even block this. But if you put Misi in the game, we already seen how much of a presence he is and how much he intimidates players on the offensive end. We see that. Players really, when they see Misi around in front of the basket, they starting to think. We seen players miss shots around the basket that we never seen in the past couple years since AD. We haven't had that type of rim protection. He's a nice rim protector, bro. And you know what I'm saying? But as long as Willie, bro, oh my goodness. And then guess what? Like even with Jordan Hawkins, I'm almost forgetting about that he on the roster. You know what I'm saying? He been hurt a little bit, but not only that, like, you know, I just feel like even when he come back, Willie just going. I like Brandon Boston, but Willie going. Start favoring Brandon Boston. It's like, dog, you just like what I say, figuring it out, and you know what I'm saying, and you just, bro, it's like weird, bro. It's like we gotta get rid of him because it's like David Griffin. I understand what's going on up there and stuff like that. But as long as you got the right players on the court, we got a good outfit in DeJounte. And we need a coach to back us up. As long as we got that, bro, they can do all that funny stuff up there that they want. But we at least need a coach that's going to stand up. But I understand y'all say he got his tentacles all over the place, hands everywhere, and he's probably not going to allow a coach to come in here. But if he doesn't, I say we got a guy in here already. At least he's familiar with, in James Borrego. At least he played. If hopefully he gets an opportunity to coach the rest of the season. Whenever we fire Willie Green, you know what I'm saying. I like him, man. It's the same coach in the training camp. You know, sadly that it wasn't our coach, but it was reported that Borrego had to be held back in practice.
From who?
I don't know from whom, but that's what they said. You remember, right?
That boy
You funny,
crazy.
but that is an interesting question though, DC though.
Like,
From whom?
who he was about to attack? Was he going at Willie?
That
Like,
boy crazy.
Willie ain't
him and
busting
Bi
that
got
bird
to
at a
it.
food
Like, I
fight.
mean, what?
That's an interesting question, DC. But man, like, come on, bro. I want to hear that from. That should have been Willie Green. Willie, see what I'm saying? He's supposed to have been just how he yelling at the fake yelling at the refs. He ain't really yelling, bro. He yelling. He crying to himself. That's why he be yelling.
Can
Yeah,
you
keep it
imagine Willie
real.
trying to
Keep it
chill?
He be
real.
crying, bro. He crying to himself like, oh, I ain't got no other choice. That's what it is, bro. Like he's done. He's defeated. But like, bro, like that should have been the head coach in training camp. Yell at the players, hold them accountable. Yeah, they did those good plays. Yeah, they did their good play. But we ain't focus on that. We know that we have talented players. Don't focus on that, bro. Every little thing they mess up, get on their ass. Every little thing that get on their ass. Because when you have talent, it's not even about the good things no more sometimes. It's about what the hell are we doing wrong, what we need to really iron down on, like really understand and emphasize on, and make sure we get that right. Every little detail. Accountability. Bro, I ain't got no accountability for none of the superstars. None of the superstars. No accountability for none of them, bro. He don't hold none of them accountable. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's supposed to be doing, but he wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he thinks this is. Like I said, but what is he like the church league? Like I don't understand my mom, man. I love moms, but she be hearing us talk about this my team. She be like, man, y'all need to leave that man alone. He sound like a good guy. I said, Mom, look, Mom, the game is about it's about winning, Mom. And it's an emotional game. So you gotta have passion with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mom don't understand, but I'm like, Mom, like, I understand. She's like, yeah, that's what they do to black coaches. I say, Mom, now I support my black coaches. I love when black coaches get hired. I support them. But look here, when they did for 4 years and don't do nothing, look here, bro. I
Your ass
wish you
gotta
well.
go.
I wish you well in life, soldier. And I
We got
hope
a
you
bunch of
and he
good
will.
black coaches that
Right. And
produce.
guess what? Life ain't all about basketball and football and sports. Guess what? He can be a great bishop. You know what I'm saying? See,
Youth
we
minister.
talking life here. You know, the man can do great things in life. So this ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us say he's a
Oh
terrible
man.
person. You know what I'm saying? We just talking basketball, man. We trying to win championships. That's what we doing. That's what we got a passion for this thing for winning, man. Competition, dog. That's why we play the game. For that thrill, that adrenaline rush for the competition. Even for us as fans, like we see it and we feel it. You know, some people feel it because they play the sport too. Some people just feel it because, you know what I'm saying, they just had a connection with it. And they just like seeing the competition. That's what it's about, bro. That's what it's about. And when you don't see that fight, when you don't see that passion, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, what, bro? Like, what are you doing? It's sickening. I played ball, football, but I played it. I'm a competitor, Slim. I get after it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the most talented, but I'm gonna get after it every time. I'm trying to win. And it's like, bro, it be so irritating, man, having a coach, and your coach is like the parent of the team. Or if you want to take it to a street analogy, it's like the OG on the block. And the players, your superstars, is like the main niggas you got really running the block. You know what I'm saying? And then with whatever they doing, everybody else around them gonna kind of follow that. So if they on some bullshit, your OG on some bullshit, they gonna be on some bullshit. So that is what we got going on, bro. We have to have the right parent / the right OG of the team, because everybody is following that energy. It's contagious. So if it's bad, it's gonna be bad all around. If it's good, shit, that's gonna be good, and we will probably improve all the time. So, bro, that is important, bro. So we have a absent parent. You know, he wants to be your friend. This parent wants to be his children's friend. Can't be their friend, man.
He
It's,
don't get no
it's
punishments and no whippings, huh?
Yeah, man, there's too many different dynamics in the game that's going on. There's too many different dynamics in life going on for us to just be talking nice and joy. It's different things going on. You gotta learn. You gotta hold yourself accountable. You gotta be ready for the moments. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit is important, man, and it irritates me, dog. But it's like this has been this is what we're accustomed to, of not for our life, but with the Pelicans, this is what we're accustomed to. So I'm not really like how should I say, like I'm not even like mad. I'm more so sad and and like it's just like it tickles you, like, what the fuck, like, are we serious? It's not even, we can't get mad no more. Why? Because there's really no expectation. Well, it's expectations, but it's low. You know what I'm saying? Mediocre. So it's like it's the same thing over and over and over again. So it's like, bro, like, why? But Big Q, you be hitting on it too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciate everything that we talk about, because we all bring out valid points, and Big Q bring one of the most important valid points, and the infrastructure. It starts from the top. The damn owner. What are they accepting? What are they accepting from their product? You know what I'm saying? As far as how their product is being presented, what are they accepting? And we see that they're just about, you know what I'm saying, just the money aspect, and not understanding the true dynamics behind the product that we have to make it succeed. You know what I'm saying? We're not really diving into making this product the best product that it can be. We just like, fuck it, we got this shit, we gonna sell it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna think about, we're not gonna think about the economy, or, you know what I'm saying, the new trends or nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna put this shit, we got a product, put it out and sell it. Yeah, we just paying the bills. Yeah, Gucci, Fendi, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, take this. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. We good. Oh, we 29th in the league? Okay, it's good. We making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it starts from that top, bro. And that's what's going on. So, and I'm glad, Big Q brought us up on that, man, because, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, bro. It starts from there. Expectations. You know what I'm saying? Your expectations from your owner of the product. There's no expectations there. And it trickles down. You got people in position that's not supposed to be in position. So, and it's like, sadly, I remember somebody else came on this podcast, and they said, man, it's sad, man. We gotta wait till people die. I said, God damn. I said, man, that's crazy, but damn, that sounds like the truth. You know what I'm saying? That is unfortunate, but it sounds like the truth, because it's like, bro, like, we ain't really trying to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? At this point where I'm at, it's like, damn, the team got to be sold, or you move to a different city or state. Like, it's really ridiculous. It's bad like that, man. Man, I've been a Pelican fan since I was a youngin', bro. All my friends, brothers, like, they laugh, like, you still like the Pelicans? Boy, you been saying y'all gonna do something for forever, boy. This is AD. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is who we are. Laughing stock. Everybody know we a joke.
Yeah,
Everybody,
true,
bro.
Yeah. We all joke, man. It's the Pelicans organization is they're a joke, bro. And it started at the top, man. We don't have the leadership, the accountability we need. And like we said, we didn't get the coach we needed when we got Stan Van Gundy. It was a bunch of shouldas, man. They should have fired Elvin Gentry. Not gave him the first year. They should have not hired Stan Van Gundy. They had other more credible coaches out there. We didn't need to hire Willie Green because he didn't have the experience necessary. So it was a bunch of stuff. And can they fix it after screwing it up? And that's the issue. Can they fix it? And salvage the season? Because that's what it really is about. Pelicans are 5-19, man. They're almost 15 games. They're 14 games below 500. They're 6 games behind the Spurs in the Southwest. They're the second, or I think the third worst team, the third or fourth worst team in the entire NBA. And that's a stark reality. Like I said, prior to the win the other day, the Pelicans win the other day, they hadn't won a game in 3 weeks. So it just continues to spiral, man. And you can't sit up here and use excuses to explain why you didn't have success. I mean, Willie Green is just not doing it. He's not cutting it. So they about to experience they about to experience some hardcore reality, especially after the month of December. I think things really take another level when they hit January, or where the team is, and if the team is.
We're gonna be able to sing that song, Big Q. And this Christmas will be
it's coming, bro.
special. We're gonna get that present on 25th or what?
We're gonna be singing Frankie Beverly and Maze, man, Joy and Pain. Gonna be singing.
Man, I'm just saying, bro.
That's the Pelicans organization right there, bro. You get some joy, and you get a bunch of pain. You get a little bit of joy and some more pain.
Yeah, I don't. It's going to be a rough December for them, and man, I could see January opening up in 2025 with the Pelicans, like 20 games, 20-game gap between the win and the loss. That's a lot to ask for returning players to come back and then get immediately involved in winning to get on the streak. It's just winning streak with Willie Green. He can't even get these guys to play the defense. This guy been here for 4 years. I can't get over that. They still don't have an identity, and the defense still doesn't know what it's doing. He got these guys to switch all crap. It don't work like it's supposed to work. He stands there. He don't know what to do. So I don't think I just don't think it. Whatever he's attempting to teach them is not working. I don't know what they're doing.
Did y'all see his face before the game? Like when he was calling the lineups? Like bro was just looking like he just shitted on himself.
Bro, he over his head, man. He way over his head, dude.
I'm like, God damn,
oh yeah, this guy is way over his head, man. Because he tried everything. I really think he feels like he tried everything to get these guys to work. And then you get Herb Jones back, and Herb does individually do really well defensively. But when you talk about collectively, like the teams, how a collective defense is supposed to play, high IQ, like we've seen an example of what a good defense looks like tonight. When we watched OKC. OKC was locked in. Their coach got them locked in. When the guy has the ball, all of the players' eyes are locked in on the guy with the ball.
It was never one person moving. You realize that? Like every time they had defensive shifts, everybody was
there. Yeah, he would have to literally get that shot against anybody. And the thing about it, OKC were forcing the Pelicans into tough shots. So if they would settle for you hitting a tough shot, they force you into tough shots. And if you hit the tough shot, they're like, damn, that's cool. But you won't get anything easy. Not consistently. That's what a good defense looked like. A high IQ defense, a team with identity. What we seen tonight. Pelicans, look how pathetic they look versus that. That was like a measuring stick you can look at right across the court and see this is what they supposed to look like after 4 years. So, yeah, I think this December, man, with the games we're looking at, it's going to be difficult, man, for them to get 10 wins. They need 5 wins.
And what made you say December again? It was just like a feeling you had for real?
It's because all the games is lined up. They got a lot of tough games, and it's like some of these games you can see them winning maybe 2 or 3 games of these games. Like realistically, if they were smarter, IQ wise, they should be able to win the next 3 games. To be honest with you, Spurs, San Antonio, and I forgot the other team. But if they were really as good as they think they are, Indiana, because Indiana's not a juggernaut. Some of these guys are dealing with issues. So really, they could win 3 games quick if they were on their shit like they're supposed to. But I don't see that happening because they still don't have the biggest issue that I see with the Pelicans, besides what Willie talking about, whatever the bullshit he talking about. They don't have an identity. They don't have an identity. And if you don't have an identity as a team, you're not going to beat anybody consistently. You ain't going to beat a team that has an identity. You're not. They don't have an identity, and they're a very low IQ basketball team because they consistently and competitively and persistently make dumb defensive stops constantly. They do the same dumb shit over and over again. It's a Swiss cheese defense where guys get to the cup. Lex calls it a layup line, just like what you've seen. Will Guillory had a let me see if he had that. He shared something online. He showed let me see if I could pull it up. That's what I was looking at. I was like looking at Shai's hold on, let me see if I can find it for y'all and share it with y'all. Because he showed a graphic of SGA's look at this. This is here it is right here. I found it. Hold on, let me share this with y'all. This is SGA's first quarter chart. Made all 7 of his shot attempts. 6 were layups. Look at the chart. He had 7 shots. He had 1 3-pointer and 6 layups. This is his first quarter chart.
Hey, send it to Willie Green, Big Q.
He probably already. It won't do you no good, bro. This is the type of nonsense that I'm talking about, man. The guy in the first quarter, you can't let him get to the cup like that. He set the tone and for what was going on with him. But that's a low basketball. You mean to tell me, I know they got to be reading scouting reports. I don't know what they're doing at this point, because whatever it is, they're ill prepared to deal with some of this stuff. They knew coming in how they needed to defend SGA. And I seen DC, you tell me you seen I seen McCollum on him. I seen Emisi on him.
Man, everybody had a shot, bro.
You see what I'm saying? And he just danced. He danced. He danced around all them guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, listen.
And like I said, bro, a lot of that shit is just the defensive schemes, though.
They sorry, bro.
Yeah, because like SGA, he had a ball, bro, and he know when he set a pick, he could switch and get whoever he want, whatever he trying to do that play. And we ain't gonna change shit. Every once in a while, we might switch it up, and they'll throw in some zones, or they'll throw some double teams, some blitzes, a few traps here or there. You saw him blitzing them at the end of the game. It was frustrating them a little bit. But it's like, damn, why we wait all the way to the fourth quarter? You know what I'm saying? But it's just pathetic, man, to me. And I think a lot of it is we talk about the players having immunity to get Willie fired. I think the players like Willie as a person, but I don't think they believe him as a coach. That's what it looked like to me.
And that's why he was great with Phoenix. That's why they loved him in Phoenix, because it wasn't so much of him as a coach, it was him as a supporter.
Yeah, he's a great person. Yeah. He's a good person. So when you when you playing sports, man, and your coach tell you some shit that don't work, bro, you don't be enthusiastic about running that set. Like, damn, every time we do this set, this shit don't never go. Our coach won't do this shit.
The hell with that.
But sometimes
with the shades going, I'm
get
cool
plays
off
like
that.
that.
You know that old, but I'm just saying that old saying, DC, about the nice
shit
guy.
Don't never work, man.
What's the saying about the nice guy? Nice guy finish last, man. Don't be no nice guy. All the guys don't be nice guys. If you're a good guy, that's one thing. That's different than a nice guy. Nice guy finish last. Yeah, right. Don't be no nice guy.
The difference is, Q, ain't nothing wrong with being nice, man. But nice guys are nice to their enemies. That's the difference. Nice guys are nice to people who trying to do them harm. That's the difference.
I still
Like,
say
ain't nothing wrong with being a good person.
Man, I
and
never
being
knew.
nice.
good and nice ain't
It's
that's
supposed-
two
You
separate
ain't
things
supposed
to
to be
me.
nice to every goddamn body, though.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
don't deserve your niceness.
I swear, man, all of this stuff just make you think back to when, like, bro, like, you think back when Willie was crying that day, that night, and Monty Williams on. You know, we was trying so hard not to
Crying
think
in his
too much.
arms.
We was trying so hard not to think too much of it, right? We was like, okay, yeah, he okay, he had a
Yeah,
little
he
trigger in his life.
he had the snot test
Yeah,
going too.
now that you
Yeah,
think about it, it's like, bro, what were you doing, bro? We playing basketball, bro. What are you doing, bro?
Well,
This is not, bro. He acting like he was like my man has got out of jail or something. Like,
that was his basketball daddy, man.
bro, that don't make no sense, bro. We done seen so many people play an influence in people's life, bro, on a sports field that never, yeah, please, that because like, bro, like we ain't never seen nobody act like that, bro. We done seen fathers, man. We done seen fathers and sons. We done seen fathers and sons on a different team as a coach and a player. Man, we ain't never seen nothing like that, dog.
Say, bro, you know the funny part about it? Like, soon as you mentioned it, right? It's like this image that's burned into my mind of seeing his face, like turned to the side where
he was crying before he even got there. Look at him,
look at him. Crying.
He ain't even get there yet.
That ain't even the one, Q. The real one was when he was wild.
He didn't even get there yet, bro.
Yeah,
like he knew. Hey, do you see that show? Do you see that show? Like, man, I don't even know how I got this job, man. Man, y'all gave me this job, man.
Money got him a job. That's what the crime was about, bro.
Yeah, man, because he knew, dog. That's all he had was them emotions left that said you got to fight.
You know what? God damn, dog. I'm thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
Bro, we ain't never been the same since after this moment. Any idea of the Pels being more than what they have been? After the Suns game, we was never.
Man, look,
we had Spurs. We've never seen them at this level. Like they played the Suns, man. It looked like we legit had a shot to be a contending team in the future.
Man, Monty wasn't even the same after this.
Nobody was. You ain't lying.
But did you get the money yet?
He on Chris Paul.
Look at him, bro. Ain't nobody crying for his little punk ass. Man, come on, dog. Man, toughen up, man. Look at everybody.
He was crying.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. This make you think about everything that's going on now. Like, bro. Look. There you go.
Yeah.
Wipe them tears out your eyes. Take it out your eyes. Take it out your eyes.
You the camera's on you.
You got to do all that.
Ain't no crying in basketball. Come on, Willie.
God damn, bro. That's a hell of a picture right there.
We might got a thumbnail one of those.
Man, that's our coach. The players wasn't even crying.
Bruh,
on our team.
That's what I'm saying, DC. This shit is not no normal thing, DC. This is not nobody died or anything. That's another thing. Like, you know, when players come out,
right there.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the family passed away. They had to play the game through all that adversity.
Monty got like a look of, it's like, I feel sorry for you. Like, get better, but it's like, what are you doing right now?
That's a look like I got a job for you. I got a job for you once you get gone. Once they get rid of you, I got a job. That's what that is.
It's pity.
Man,
I got a job. It's support. It's support. I got a job for you.
Man, they be having the mics right there and everything. My man got the mic over.
Hey, you know what, Don? You right, bro. We kind of look past this because there was such a good effort that they put up against the Phoenix team with no Zion. We didn't think they had, and BR was looking like a ascending superstar. We all just look past that shit.
Yeah,
But
and it's
I damn sure didn't like it in the moment.
right.
I
It's
just
like
was
we didn't think too much of it. We didn't. I know we was like, I don't know about
Willie,
that.
what you crying for, bro?
Yeah. But it's
I
like,
ain't
all
gonna say
right,
nothing
bro.
about it. We pushed Phoenix to 6
Right. We was
games.
competitive. We gonna
Right.
like, nah, bro. You was
No
really
moral
like,
victories, says Willie.
And wait, and then after this year, didn't this one Zion broke his foot, huh? Like that next season.
Yep.
And then we went in the playoffs, and OKC shut us down in the play-in, and we didn't make the playoffs.
right. Dang, okay.
No, that was the year before. Yeah, the next year he broke his foot. Then the year
This
after
year,
that.
that's the year after this.
Hey, bro, what
Yes.
we like 0-20 against OKC or what?
No, wait, I'm tripping. This is the year he broke his foot. So wait, what happened the next year?
No, not this year. The year
What happened
before
the
this
year
year.
after this?
That was the year when he got hurt. Where he got hurt, and they announced that his foot issue.
That was this year.
I want to say it was after
That's
that
when
year.
Zion was dunking
this
and
was the
all that
hamstring.
shit during the playoffs.
And I think the next year was hamstring.
Yeah, the hamstring happened next year.
Yeah.
You remember?
Because that's
We
when he was
came out,
balling.
We looked awesome.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
the hamstring
Big
happened
Q.
in Philly.
Right, because remember he did that. That's when he did that windmill.
That was the first hamstring.
That was on. Remember he did the
first time he
windmill
was
that year.
hamstrung.
Yeah, did the windmill on the Suns
Yeah.
for the revenge.
Yeah. And he went out like just kind of like how he did this year, except it was a little later in the year, and he
Right, it
never
was against
came
Philly.
back. Remember, he never came back.
Yeah, they was lying the whole year.
Right. Then we
Number one seed.
We went up against the Thunder.
Yeah.
See it is right here. 21-22. They lost to 6 to the Suns. And then 2023, 22-23 rather, they didn't do a damn thing.
They played the Thunder in the play-in.
No, not that year. I told you it was the year after that.
22-23 in the play-in. They played the Thunder. They played the Thunder that year, and we didn't.
Yes.
We didn't advance in the play-in.
No, the Thunder
beat us.
The Thunder was 23-24 year, DC.
No, that was last year. Q, you talking about? That's when we played them in the playoffs. I'm talking about the play-in. They beat us in the play-in and denied us from going to the playoffs.
That was in 22-23. Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
And then they beat us in the playoffs.
You're correct.
So they've been bullying us. Big Q, what's our record in the past 10 games? Like 0-10?
Like 1-10, huh?
No, man.
About the last 10 games
against the Thunder.
I don't recall us ever beating our bullies.
We beat the Thunder with Zion. When Zion played, we beat.
Oh, you know what? We sure did when we had
we beat them convincingly a few times with Zion. I was like, damn, this the team that was holding us up.
Right, man. That's Zion, man. When he's healthy, man, you can't match up with that, dog. Like, but man, that is, man. They've been bullying us, man. And see, dog, if we have a right coach, man, we can match up with them. They not, but to me, OKC, man, we match up good with them.
Well, they're saying here, according to StatMuse, the Pelicans are 7-13 in the last 20 games against the Thunder.
That's about right. And 4 of them 7 wins was with Zion, for sure. So the other 3 they got without him.
7-13. I still don't like that, man.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all, man.
Coaching, Q.
Yeah, it's a big difference, bro. All right, well, we're going to get ready to bounce on that, man. Listen, I appreciate all y'all for chiming on this episode of PPR, man, the recap stream. We will return tomorrow, man. We'll return tomorrow to, yeah.
You call this December to remember, bro. Why
Yes.
every time we have a game and we go into the new game, I just won't forget the whole December already?
Man,
What's going to happen again to make me want to remember this shit? Willie Green get fired?
It's going to be a December to remember for Willie Green is what I was saying. Is that because he won't, because this is going to be a tough, because it's 9 games remaining in December is what I'm saying. And the Pelicans are right now, they're what, 5-19. So
As soon as you say the game tomorrow, like my whole stomach like kind of turned a little bit.
yeah, because the thing is, as soon as this game was over with,
Yeah,
they had to get ready to leave because they have to go to catch that flight to San Antonio. And then they'll be playing tomorrow at 6 p.m. against the Spurs. Now the Spurs, like I said, the Spurs, this should be a win for the Pelicans. They should beat the Spurs, but I don't think I'm not picking them
Not
to
with
lose.
Coach Paul over there. Coach Paul over there.
I'm saying I think they should. They have enough talent to be able
Oh, and
to.
then he know with all Willie Green shit too. We forgot about that. He was side by side with Willie at Phoenix, bro.
Just
Paul
saying.
know how to exploit all Willie Green bullshit.
I mean, it comes down to, like I said, intelligence. That's what it's all about, IQ.
Oh yeah.
And you know, Willie Green is a guy that doesn't adjust well. It's a lot of problems with Willie Green. In this 4th year, he's supposed to be a lot further along than where he is. You know, he don't learn well. He don't adjust well. He's not a really good coach. He's a good guy, but I don't care about that. You know, we need you to coach a basketball team to success. And if you can't do that, man, we need to get you out of here and get somebody that can. But I'm saying it'll be a December to remember for him because I don't think he wins a lot of games in December. I think it'll probably end up putting him on the street. A lot of pressure on the
What's different from December to November then?
Well, I'm about to say, yeah, because
December. The difference. What you mean the difference? The difference. Man, this December to know what 9 games. This dude could be pushing 30 losses. He could be pushing 30. That's the difference. November is what, 18 losses. December is potential 28, 29 losses. That's the difference. That's the difference. And that is a hell of a difference if you're 5-6 or you know, you 5 or 6 wins, you win 7 games and then lose the rest of the games that put you to make you 7-28. That's the difference. That's not gonna cut it. So I mean, yeah, and then the pressure of a lot of the family members are gonna not go to the games. They're gonna drop off. A lot of them going to drop off because how the team playing, the team not winning, and that'll have a negative effect. Then when the year changes over, when it's just going to amp up the pressure on Willie Green. So a lot of stuff's going to happen to him that he think he's going to be protected from because David Griffin telling them, "Hey man, you're going to be all right. We got injuries and all that." They think they don't understand that we're not playing with you. We've given you 5 years of the injury excuse. This team has not reached this potential in 5 years, and they've been using the 5-year injury excuse every goddamn year. And it's not going to fly this year. It's not going to
Look
fly.
up the injuries in the last 5 years, man, and see if we've been the most injured team in the last 5 years.
That's due to them.
It is crazy, bro. Like
they have to
the
do
amount
better
of
with
injuries we have.
They got to do better with the medical staff.
And I don't
can't be injury prone every year.
Right.
Every year. More than anybody else.
Everybody talk about Zion, but it's more than Zion.
And some of it is medical staff, and some of it to me is like I said, when you don't have no structure, bro, you're moving so like you psyching your body out so much because our team has no structure.
But the thing is, they doing all that, and they fortified it with depth.
You don't get no easy buckets. Everything hard.
Right. You know, everybody has to be hero. You know what I'm saying? You look at these other teams, everybody's not playing hero. Everybody's playing their organized role.
Playing in a role.
That's coaching. That's coaching.
You know
I looked at Brandon Boston was out there, and I'm like, man, if this shit don't look just like Brandon Ingram, why is he taking Brandon Ingram tough shots? What is this shit?
Man, them boys just playing basketball, and Willie Green sitting up there folding his arms. He ain't calling no plays, man. They just playing ball out there, man. They done. That's why everything looks so discombobulated, man.
OKC get a layup, man. We get a contested midi.
Because they running plays, they playing defense. Like a lot of times you can see some of them offense, they're not even running plays, they're just moving the ball around. Passing the ball, moving the ball around for an open shot.
Remember Willie
not
said,
running out of it.
Willie told us the ridiculousness in the when we acquired DeJounte. He said, what he say? I mean, things gonna be exciting. I mean, sometimes we'll have the ball in his hands, and we'll have it, we'll have it in his hands, and Bi hands, and CJ's hands, and DeJounte's hands, Zion
Man, we got
hands.
enough basketballs for all that, bro.
Man, that's what. Remember Willie said that?
Yeah, but that
No, he
the
said it's
problem
gonna be
is
difficult. He said it's gonna be difficult. DeJounte said, no, it ain't.
because the thing is DeJounte Murray. See, it's the process. The idea was they bring him in here, the floor general, so that don't happen. That wasn't supposed to be happening. That different guys were supposed to be handling the ball. They were handling the ball because they didn't have an established floor general that can set the table. Now that you got this money you spent for this guy, he needs to be who you play through in terms of setting up the offense. In these games, when him coming back here and playing, you can see CJ McCollum directing the offense up the court. What the hell is that about, man? So it's like this dude can't even stick to what he says he's supposed to do and use his players. He got to get the fuck out of here, man. Because we losing time, we losing patience, and we're done with the injury stuff. You can't even keep your word on something as basic as we bringing DeJounte Murray in here so he can be able to handle the ball. So he can set, because that was the issue with them losing those close games. They didn't have the right person handling the ball.
They got bad ingredients and bad instructions on cooking them dishes. The table was set for, bro.
He can't even keep his word, bro.
It don't even matter.
But see, the thing is, that's IQ. The memory and everything, and the guy he's just not capable. So he's going to eventually, and we gonna force him out one way or the other because we can't have this, man. This is stupid. This stupid. This guy got to go, man. If you can't get him to win, I don't care about injuries. It didn't work for Dennis Allen. It won't work for Willie Green. You cannot use injuries as an excuse for why you can't win games. When you had deep depth charts the last several years, the Pelicans have had depth on their team. And believe it or not, some of the depth pieces got hurt. They had to restructure the medical staff last year and add to it. And they have to keep doing it. But they did that on the back end of the trend. Now it's a whole nother trend of shit going on. But that's a whole nother show. We're gonna get ready to get on out of here. But listen, I appreciate you guys for chiming in, man. Listen, y'all do us a favor. Please feel free to hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show's links on your social media feed. PPR here representing. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. recapping the Pels and Spurs matchup. We'll see how it goes, man, and see if Willie Green can get his head out his ass and do some coaching. Probably not. And see what this team will look like tomorrow, man. And in the end, man, it's going to be tough times in December for him. And unfortunately for us watching him. But anyway, with that being said, listen, I'd like to thank all of our panel guests tonight. Shout out to you, Brother Don, as well. Appreciate you. Brother Lil John as well. Appreciate you for chiming in as well tonight. And appreciate y'all for chiming in.
Lil John DC. Hey,
Brother Lil John, can I get a yeah?
Hey, Big Q, I will say that you did favor Lil John a little bit. DCU was right.
He looks just like that dude, bro.
No, he said you.
No, I'm saying you, Big Q.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, you do.
It was
I don't look nothing like Lil John. Bro.
It maybe
you
been
look more like Lil John to me.
That was the wrong picture to pull up these Big Q. When you pulled that one up, I said, Dad, they do kind of look like these Big Q a little bit.
Bro, what is y'all talking about?
You gotta put up another one, Big Q. You pulled up the wrong one.
You, bro. I got the same skin complexion and everything.
He pulled up the wrong one.
I say, man, we put a dread wig on you, bro. It's over with. Yeah, all day.
All right, so that one might be it. Okay. There you go, Big Q. There you go. That one. Now we talking DC.
DC, can we get a yeah? Can we get a yeah, DC? We can't get a yeah, DC.
See, now that
one look like you, nigga.
Yeah, see, that
one. Man, none of them people look like me. They look like DC. None of them dudes look like me, man. That's DC all day. DC bust that yeah.
He in denial.
Bust that yeah, DC.
You gotta pull up the Marcus Spears.
Anybody with dreadlocks and Sundays.
You gotta pull up the Marcus Spears on them, DC.
DC,
Huh?
you out of your mind,
You
bro.
gotta put up that Marcus Spears on him, DC.
Marcus Spears, you think he look like him?
You got you gotta put up the Marcus Spears on him.
Marcus Spears. I thought I was light skinned, bro. I can't look like Bob Marley and this dude, bro. You got to pick one.
No, he got you really like the Shotters dude for real. That's
actually
DC's
I think
cousin.
that's the he a Marley, the Shotters dude. I think it's a Marley.
Yeah, he can relate it to your family. All right. So anyway, with that being said, we're gonna cut out on that. Appreciate y'all for chiming in. We'll be back tomorrow, man.
You gonna be back with a win?
You're gonna be well. It'll be you and Lex tomorrow. I'll be on Saint coverage tomorrow, brother. So
you want Dr. Drama, all right.
that's right. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out on that. I appreciate y'all. Much love, man, and go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.